Beat.
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 Beat. Beat.
Dobatia's Diamond featuring the Galaxy Crew.
Yes.
This reminds me of Daboom Crew. Have you ever seen that?
I am slightly aware of it because of Mr. Enter.
I see. Hi, Serena.
I remember his review of that was just
Fuck
like,
my ceiling.
they made this game. Why are they subscribed to the game? No, he didn't say that. Beat.
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 We're beating the game. No, we're not.
Beat. I don't even remember why I kept saying beat. I think something warranted it.
This might be a shorter stream, because I really shouldn't be up for more than 2 more hours, but... Fuck it, man.
Bev. Feel no gay.
Okay, so is this the part where we go to the... I'm gonna say the back rooms. Look at those antennae!
You know, I bitched about Team Yell having no fucking, like, role in the game. I still kind of like it when games don't have a large, drawn-out section of going through the evil team's hideout, though, so...
Yeah. Well, you can have a evil team that feels relevant without needing a big old dull base. I don't think the base in this game is too bad.
I never like going through any of them because they're just not interesting.
What's
it's
the
just
least?
A gauntlet of trainers.
What's the least bad one?
I mean, Team Plasma's castle because I don't think you really fight anyone there.
You don't fight anyone. It's just like a set piece.
I don't know if there's any that are good then.
Yeah, but what's the least bad?
Ugh. I'm tempted to say I don't remember the ones from Gen 6 well enough. I don't count the Team Skull like building thing.
What, like the Potown?
Yeah.
Why not?
I also don't really remember it that well, but eh. I don't know. I'm tempted to say either the Celadon Game Corner basement or like maybe the Team Aqua one, except that one's like... See, I don't really remember that one well enough.
I see.
I don't know. All I know is I fucking hate the ones in Gen 2 and Gen 4. And Silphco. So, Silphco I've done enough times where it doesn't bother me that much anymore, but it's still boring.
Silphco you can be methodical about, but yeah, it is boring. I usually, like, on the few occasions I've done Silphco, like, recently, which... Most recent time was in Let's Go. I can't remember when I did it before that. I guess it would have been the Leaf Green randomized Let's Play. In both of those, I think, I had the same approach where I basically went through, did not touch any doors. I only did what was accessible from the staircase on every floor. Then I went through and methodically opened up one door, checked both warps in there, but then didn't actually, like... I didn't take any warps from anywhere I reached. I would always just clear out the room and then go back, and then, you know, potentially re-enter that room later. So I'd only ever warp away one room at most.
So I didn't want to interrupt, but you're roboting, and I don't know if that's just Discord or if it's, like, coming through in the video also.
Oh, that's stupid. That's weird, because you're not roboting for me. Usually it goes both ways.
Like, you're not roboting really badly, but it's there a little bit. Beat.
Are you sure it's not just, like, a rasp? That sounds stupid, but... Like, if I just go, like... If I just make, like, a... Like, is that roboting?
I don't know how to describe it. It's just... It sounds like... Garbledina. Like, again, it's not that bad. I've definitely heard worse. but there is definitely some Garbledina.
I wonder if that might be from me having low latency on my stream, if perhaps doing that and having a call at the same time is making it bad, but I think I've done the Breath of the Wild streams like that and had no problems, so I'm not sure.
I guess I'll deal with it.
How do they handle the game corner? You go in and there's just nothing to do in there.
Oh my god, I can't believe they would show slot machines.
It's hilarious to me though that they're like so strict about it that Pokemon had to remove their shit. Meanwhile, they've got like, now this is just me like passing on the complaints of other people because I have really genuinely not played games that like had this, but you know, I know that like loot boxes are a big thing and people complain about them. I think they're not the hot button issue anymore because now people are complaining about like, well, there's games with NFTs, and I feel like there was something before that people were complaining about. I already can't remember what it was, but I don't know. You know, all kinds of microtransaction-y bullshit that, like, surely that's worse than having a fucking in-game slot machine that doesn't use any real money. I'm sure other people have said this, so I'm not treading any new ground here, but...
I mean, it was specifically a European thing that caused the game corner.
Yeah, it was. It was the EU, and I know the EU is like going after loot boxes and stuff as well, or at least I think they are. Since last I heard of it. But all right, how's everyone doing tonight?
Beat.
You can't just say beat and have it constitute commentary. You can't keep getting away with this.
What if I count extremely slowly to 20 again?
Counting very slowly. Serena, why are you fining me? Investment thing, huh? I should probably look into investment.
Boring.
If not looking like doing anything fancy, which I probably wouldn't, then at least just finding some like, you know, safe stock to put a little bit of money in is basically just like a little thing to hopefully get some money out of later. You joined the game jam. Aren't those usually like 48 hours long? Shouldn't you be like, you know, doing nothing but that? I don't know. What's the game jam anyway? It's a retirement thing? Oh, okay. Back from work. You're only gonna build 2 of a certain type of very annoying boats, and suddenly decided you should do 4. Alright.
Alright.
So, like, so your day could have been you helped build 2 boats, but instead you had basically double the amount of work. I'm assuming they paid you the same amount. Plenty of other kids' games that have casinos and gambling. Was there? Do you think maybe Game Freak were just being overly cautious, Ben? Or did they actually get complaints from the EU? I can't remember. Hi, BP.
I do not know.
I, like, can't hear the game at all. That's not me making fun of people. Like, that's me saying that, like, I have my TV on quiet. It's not even, like, a... Like, my sister's not even here, by the way. Like, she's, like, out, so... You know, I can be loud right now and everything. It's just... If I have it any louder, it'll get picked up by the mic and it'll, like, echo. Sludge Bomb's a good TM. Don't know if I'll use it, because I think... I think Crowbar already has the poison moves I want on it, but... you get stock from your employer as the end of your bonus. You can't cash them until the end of next year. I see. I think we get, like...
Game, please.
I think we get a certain amount of, like, free stock. We have to claim it. I should probably look into that. I don't remember.
So I will explain that for the last couple days I've been working on making eggs in Gen 5 for an eventual egg team for autumn. And I'm going through a little bit too much effort for some of these, and the one I'm currently working on is kind of pissing me off because I had to do some chain breeding to get a couple moves onto the thing, It involved leveling shit up to like the high 50s to get the move that they needed. And I started breeding them, and I finally got one with the nature that I wanted. And with breeding mechanics, the mother has a 80% chance of passing down its ability, and the mother did have the correct ability. I went specifically out of my way to do this because it originally didn't, and I had to raise another one. So I got the right nature, which is a 1 out of 25 chance, but it didn't fucking pass the ability. So I'm like, okay, let me switch it out, give this one an Everstone, so that it'll usually pass down the, or yes, it'll always pass down the nature. Then I just have to hit that 1 out of 5 chance to have it not pass the ability, so I get the other one again. I've hatched like fucking 12 eggs, and I'm not getting any with it. It's
So you've failed an 80% chance 12 times in a row, is what you're telling me?
Well, no, because I want it to not pass it down on this one, so it has to hit the 20%.
Okay. I see. That's less bad. If you were getting the less likely outcome that many times, I'd be like, there's something wrong there.
Right.
I can't believe you have confirmed that the team is not entirely made up of gender unknown Pokemon.
Oh my god. Using your restrictions, I highly doubt that would have been possible.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Didn't you make a list of every like option?
Yes, I did.
But not all, like there could very well be 6 genderless things in that list, but they would also have to have hit each generation. Yeah, not have type overlap.
Did I say I wanted one from each of the first 4 gens?
Yes.
Oh, I totally don't even remember.
It had to be at least one from the first 4 generations. Gen 5 was optional. If there was anything from Gen 5, it had to be 7th badge or later.
Or not available in black.
Had to be, well, which doesn't count because there's no black-white exclusives that are available that early in the game.
Oh, really?
It's just fucking Rufflet and Volibate.
Because I know about the
there's
Connie trade.
There's also Solosis and Gothita, but I think you've used those.
Yeah, what about Throw and Sog? Are they
those
just...
aren't expensive.
Really? Is it just the kind of thing where one's more likely in one version?
Yeah.
I see.
The other one is through, like, Shaken Grass.
Okay.
But yeah, so there was that. There had to be at least one 3-stage evolution, which was a fucking thorn in my side because...
I'm sorry. I forgot I put all these restrictions on
it. That one was actually, like, the worst one to work with because it basically forced me to put in something that I didn't really care about.
I see. For future reference, if you find one of those and you're just like, man, this one's annoying, like, you can ask me. I probably would have said, okay, that's fine. You don't have to do it.
Yeah, it's okay.
What did you say? It's okay.
I think. Why?
Okay. I know, it kind of sounded just like, it's okay. I just couldn't make out what the hell you said.
At the end, okay.
At the end, okay.
Potato.
And then literally the entire chat just starts fucking screaming at us over and over, why aren't you working on BA3 instead? If you have time to fucking flame wheel, you have time to
lean, you have time to clean.
Hang on, I'm trying to think of a good pun. If you have time to, I can't think of a good pun.
Oh.
If you have time to seize. I saw a post the other day that had a picture of somebody, like, it was an illustration of somebody, like, leaning against a wall on their phone with, like, a mark next to them, and it said, if you have time to clean, you have time to lean. Stop letting your employer fucking take all of your time away from you by claiming that you're stealing time from them by taking a break. That's not how it works. Like, tell them to fuck off or something.
Strawberry Metal Vegeta.
Dazzling Gleam. I feel like I already have that on something.
Remember when Pokemon didn't have types?
No, but Joel did think that, like, the first gen didn't count the second type or something, right?
Yes.
Oh, nothing can land Dazzling Gleam on my team anyway. Was that Dazzling Gleam the original? I can't remember. Scratch his head cartoonishly. Oh, I'm lost.
Puts hands behind a head and has big anime sweat drop.
Okay, I think I know where I'm at. You don't want to see my hand where my hand be at. Autumn is tame in the west. Wow, wow.
Whoopsie.
Wow, wow, wubsy, 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 wow, 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 wubsy, 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 wow, wow. I don't know how the song actually goes, so I was just imagining it like that. Stop, Hibari-kun!
Wubsy lives in a tree. He likes to play. He has a
baby
baby tail and he
likes it bomb
likes
away. So I've been playing through Galaxy 1 and 2, as people who watch the multi-world streams will have seen, because I did a bit of it there. And, like, when I was a kid, I think it was, yeah, it was definitely my first, like, major Mario game. So I never saw the games as having any control problems, because that's just what I was used to, but in the time since then, I have played, honestly, not that much of 64. I did the one Let's Play of it, but I don't think that was, like, enough to permanently mess with it. I think what it is I'm so used to Odyssey that going back and, like, yeah, fucking, the Galaxies kind of control like ass. I don't know how, like... Okay, so I think I've done what I needed to in the storage area, right? Because I just need to get the key. And now I can go back to the main area, I think. This galactic key is different from the storage key that I had before, I think.
And don't forget the secret key.
Ah, here we go. Yeah. Whoops! I dropped the lift key! Overall the games are pretty solid though. I actually like... I've talked about this before, but you know, I've never really been a completionist until I started playing games with Josh. Oh, wait a minute. Have I already been here? You pro them over most of the 3D games, but like how though? You can't fucking move. You can't jump anywhere. You get no distance, and then the spin gives you no distance either. So like if you do like a regular jump with no lead up, you just like can't. I don't know how to call it anything else other than like combo into anything. It's weird. I don't know. Like, he's so sluggish, he doesn't have any momentum. Or rather, he struggles to build momentum. Whereas you can fucking get started in a flash in Odyssey and,
Hey, let's go!
Let's fucking go in, like, Odyssey and, What do you mean it's the exact same sentiment? That doesn't track at all. To be fair, I haven't played Sunshine in, like, a decade. But 64 I just played a couple years ago, and that one was, like, fine. You can definitely build up speed fine in that one. Galaxy is, like, extremely stiff. And to be fair, this isn't even, like, this is like the, what most people say now, right? Or is it just you, Josh?
Yeah, I think it's just me. Everybody, from my experience...
Even if people like it, surely they can't usually say that the movement is, like, great.
You know, this is probably a case of... Like, you know, the internet doesn't have one agreed upon opinion, but it makes it seem like it's easy to think that it does. But the most common things that I see are Mario 64 has aged incredibly shittily. The game controls like ass. The camera is ass. The game isn't fun. Like, if you aren't like a speedrunner of it or like, you know, doing a weird challenge like the ABC stuff, then the game is just like, people don't fucking like it anymore.
That's weird. Like, I said at the end of the LP that I preferred Banjo, and, you know, I definitely had my issues with 64. The camera wasn't garbage, but it wasn't great either. There were some slight control issues, but overall I had quite a bit of fun with it. It was a pretty good and very, very solid game.
Yeah.
Galaxy, I feel similarly about. It has some issues, and I still think it's solid. But, like, yeah, it's definitely way more stiff if we're comparing that.
Yeah, so it's like I see that Sunshine. I think people usually
It's like 50-50, isn't
look
it?
back on pretty fondly, but it's
I see a lot of 50-50 on it. I feel like people either love that game or hate that game.
I don't really see a whole lot of hate for it. Like, the worst I'll see is, like, complaints that it's not as polished and that there's a lot of filler. But, like, the actual control, I think everybody pretty much agrees is good. Galaxy, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone complain about the controls. People act like that game is just the second coming of Christ. And then Galaxy 2 is like, oh, it's not as good as the first, but it's still worth playing. And then Odyssey is either, you know, best game ever made or no masterpiece. I don't know.
I will say that having, I mean, yeah, like I said, I did the LP of 64. I haven't played Sunshine in a decade. I just finished Galaxy. I'm like a third of the way into, no, well, not even. I'm a third of the way, like, through the worlds. But in terms of star count, not counting green stars, how many do I have? It's like 25 or something. So, you know, I'm like a sixth of the way through or something, so I'm very early on. But, you know, it's kind of Extension Galaxy. Anyway. Oh, and I also played through, like, half of 3D Land recently, and we did 3D World, like, a year or so ago that we still need to finish. Probably gonna do that when I come over. And I replayed Odyssey 100% in, like, April-ish. I would say Odyssey is still my favorite one.
I'm too invested in 64 to have anything else be my favorite, but if I don't count that, then of the big 3D games, I don't even want to count 3D World or Land because they're kind of different. My favorite might actually be Sunshine. It's jank, but it's fun to play through. I have to give Odyssey another chance, though. I thought it was pretty good when I played through it. I just haven't had.
You haven't built a connection with it.
Reason to go back to it.
See, Odyssey has the best controls for me too, just from my personal experience. But Galaxy is really stiff. Like, I think you're very much correct about that.
It's like I don't even know how to describe it.
I
don't know
instantly
if it's
started doing
stiff.
it.
It's just that like
you are
when you
slow as
start. If you start running from a standing position, it takes longer than it should to get up to speed.
Yes.
And if you try to jump before you get up to speed,
you have no
your
distance.
Jump it has absolutely no distance.
Mm-hmm.
And
then the spin does jack shit. The spin is basically just a corrective tool, and I do appreciate it for that. There were several moments in like 3D Land that I played half of recently where like, you know, I would try to make a long jump because I'm decent at 3D Mario. I try to make the long jump, I smack into some random bullshit and just die, and I'm like, oh, would have been nice to be able to like slightly correct because I was always like slightly off.
You can't wall jump out of a long jump in Galaxy, right?
No, that's correct. You have
think you
long
also
jump out
can't
of
correctly.
Sorry, long jump out of a what?
I don't think you can long jump into a wall jump.
Right, yeah, no. If
I also don't think you can grab ledges out of a long jump.
I think that's right. If you long jump, you're basically at the mercy of... You have to land. Unless you spin. If you spin, you can then go... Like, you're then in, like, a normal state, and you can bounce off walls and stuff again. Half corrected tool, half a little bit extra height. Great, for after long jump, you need to land.
Yeah, I mean, the spin is nice,
the spin is nice.
Also kind of kills your momentum.
Yeah, it's just... I always remember it being more helpful than it is, and I always feel like it should be able to do more than it does.
Puppies.
There's also, like, tiny little bits of jank here and there, but, oh yeah, anyway, the completionist thing. So, like, I actually 100%ed Galaxy, which surprised me, because I kind of went into it feeling like...
Unless you count the Luigi shit, which, who cares?
It's the same game again.
So, yeah, you got 120 stars. I would consider that done.
So, like, you know, I actually went into it thinking I probably wasn't going to be able to do it, just because I, you know, rate my skills at video games that lowly, and I'd played the game before and struggled with it as a kid. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I probably won't be able to do it. I'm probably going to get to one of the, like, mini-games or something, or one of the, like, harder, like, comets or something, and really struggle with it. What was my worst Galaxy? It was probably Loop-de-Swoop, right? Even then, that one didn't take me that long. I feel like there was something else.
I seem to remember Melty Molten giving you some issues.
I don't think it was that bad. Oh, there was the fucking, oh, what was it? Was it Dreadnought purple coins? The one, I think it was Dreadnought purple coins, right?
Or,
it was either Dreadnought or Battle Rock.
I feel like Deep Dark took fucking forever because there was the one where you just couldn't find the ice flower.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it is. Frame rate is super good this stream. I can't tell if that's sarcastic or not because like, I know that, okay, because I know people had problems with it before. And I changed some settings, but it's been a few streams since I did that, so I'm not sure if people are now, like, saying it sucks, like, sarcastically. I think it should be good, though, because I changed the settings. But no purple coin sucks, yeah.
There's also the fucking purple coins in Dusty Dune.
Oh, yeah, fuck Dusty Dune. Dude, the worst part about that was, like, there was some really weird inconsistencies. I don't know if anyone else has had this problem, but, like... you know there's some that are like high up in the air and you need to grab by like going into the tornado, and like grabbing them. For some reason, I just wouldn't get the height most of the time. I would have to like... It was really weird and inconsistent. I never did figure out exactly what the cause was. I think I had to wait until Mario was near the top of the tornado before spinning out of it, maybe, but it was not communicated very clearly. There's not really like a... If there is a difference, it's a very slight one, which is just weird that they would even bother incorporating that. Majority of the purple coins levels are terrible? It depends. The ones that are really huge and, like, take forever are just kind of annoying. I think I got, like, 60 of the coins in... No, I think it was Beach Bowl that I died in. Was it Sea Slide? I think it might be.
Well, I don't think you died in Sea Slide. I just fucking hate Sea Slide.
Sea Slide kind of sucked ass. I think in Beach Bowl I fell off after, like, 60 coins. I had to redo most of it.
Yeah.
It's way better than the last Pokemon stream? Okay, well that's good then. The trick is stream in 720. That's it. My computer's not good enough for 1080 streaming apparently. Or recording, as I found out with fucking Mother 3. Like, what the hell?
Who died in an oil spill?
Worst purple comments to you when you were a child was Dreadnought and Toy Time? I don't remember having trouble with Toy Time, honestly. Toy
Time was the Luigi's purple coins, which I said was going to be hard and you got on your first try. So.
Yeah, I didn't find that one hard. You kind of just go. I don't know.
Just do it. Hey, do it.
But yeah, in case I didn't make it clear, like, I died in Dusty Dune at least once. It might have been twice. One of which was just due to getting hit by, like, one of those, like, spiky balls being carried by one of the tornadoes. I just tried to long jump across this hallway. What the fuck is wrong with me? I pressed ZL and B. Like,
God. This should allow more movement options in Pokemon games.
It's just so straight.
Why can't you bounce off of it?
BS instant death on Luigi's purple coins. It's not hard to slip up full in dark matter or through it. I don't know. I didn't find it that bad. You do a bunch of long jumps, you correct when you need to. Maybe I just got lucky. It's always possible.
Yeah. Luigi's purple coins, to me, always seemed like, you know, it's the type of thing where if you don't make a good route, like if you don't think ahead of time and don't give yourself a way back at the end, then you're gonna have a shitty time with it. But
see, like, I felt like that just goes without saying.
Other than that, it's just kind of, you know, a mediocre platforming challenge.
Like, why would I do that without giving myself a way back? You know, why would I just be super careless and just run on everything? Like,
yeah.
Alright, Pokemon.
I'm waiting for the moment when I accidentally hatch a shiny.
I don't remember what, Cyrus leads with here. I probably don't need to worry about it too much, but...
It's probably gonna be like a Gyarados or Crobat or some shit. Well, maybe. I don't remember. Wouldn't it be funny if it was a Clefairy?
It'd be so fucking funny, because it would be, like, emasculating.
Superstar Saga doesn't have controls.
Boss.
God, Chibi Cyrus looks like shit. I like how I'm just wearing scissors on my foot and occasionally banging them into the table leg.
Meanwhile, I trimmed my toenails earlier and then couldn't find a nail file, so they're just all like fucking burnt and shit.
La 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 la.
Only a little bit, but yeah, I wish I could smooth them.
Well, Murkrow was not one that I guessed, so I guess I lose my cake.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Broken glass is not a food.
After this, I might want to go refill my drink.
No. Squash.
Yeah. My name does begin with an A, so I guess I am A in that sense. Like if somebody wrote my initials, you know, like the first one would be A.
So how about this Quasar in the background?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but it's more interesting than looking at his office, so fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, does anyone know, okay, so at the end of Galaxy, there's like this cutscene with like two galaxies like fusing together, where like one is red and one is blue. It looks like a red tornado and a blue tornado like fusing together in the center. And I swear it looks like there's some like company like logo thing, you know, like they at the start of movies on DVD or at the start of games sometimes, you know, they have like the little series of like animated logos, like intro things. There was one in, I want to say, one of the SpongeBob games for PC, but I can never find it in any of the gameplay I look at, because it, like, the gameplay always starts after the game is booted up with the corporate logos and stuff. I swear one of those was, like, a very similar sort of appearance, where it's like a red and a blue tornado fusing or something. And Josh didn't know what I was talking about. And the Galaxy ending just always reminds me of that.
Spectage and Lickabidge are not holding items.
I know, I don't think I have any good ones for them, because the game is giving me, like, barely anything.
Just give them weed.
Bink video encoder? That sounds right. I want to say that is it. Why did I switch to... Oh, because it's level 50, and I'm like, needs experience, even though you can't do anything to it. And switch into the thing that's, like, weak to it. Anyway, let me look up Bink video encoder. I gotta see this now. Bink video encoder logo. It might be that. Oh, this does look familiar. Do they have the? Let me see if there's like an animation here. This is just kind of the logo appears. I'm not sure if this is right. Maybe I'm confusing it. I don't know. I have definitely seen that before. Nice.
Ho, I'll find the last one. You take this to Booster.
It's a surprise. He's breeding them for me for a mystery egg run in Pokemon Black. Well, I don't know what game you're playing, but I'm gonna be playing Pokemon Black with them.
I am playing White too.
Okay. So yeah, he'll trade them to me at the start of my
I like how I have a full dex in White and White too. It worked out well for me.
Yeah.
However, I also have a large selection of hidden ability things, and am making use of precisely one of them.
Good. Wow, I really loved your Pro ZD reference apropos of nothing that Flash. Alright, I'm gonna refill my drink. I'm gonna be a minute. Entertain the chat.
Shit, I don't know how. I know, I'll tell the pizza story. I will not tell the pizza story. The pizza story is I ordered a pizza. Okay, actually, I will tell the pizza story. So a couple days ago, I ordered a pizza. I was going to order from Domino's, and I went to their website. I put in the address, and they're like, we don't have any locations that deliver to your address. I'm like, the fuck? Okay, fine. So I looked at Papa John's, I put in my address there, and that one seemed to be okay. So, I figured out what I wanted to get. I got a special with a pizza, a brownie, and a drink. I placed the order at like 7:30, 7:45. And I get a text. It doesn't tell me when it's going to be ready, but it's like, we'll text you when it's on its way or something. I'm like, all right, fine. I eventually find out that if I check my email, I can also look at a tracker, and it's like 45 minutes. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. It had been like almost an hour and a half by the time
this pizza's hard.
Yeah. So it had been almost an hour and a half by the time I get a call from someone, and they're like, hey, we've still got your pizza here. Are you going to come pick that up? And I'm like, no, it was supposed to be delivery. And they're like, well, we don't have any drivers. So you were supposed to be like, they were supposed to like connect you to DoorDash, and then they could do delivery, or you could pick it up yourself. I'm like, okay, I mean, I have the tracker open. Like, I got an email, I got a text. Not a single thing made any mention of DoorDash. So I don't, like, what do I do? And he's like, honestly, I don't really know. I'm like, well, I don't have a car. I can't go pick it up. So I'm like, at this point, I'm thinking, like, fuck, am I just going to have to get my money back and just not have pizza today? But he's like, we'll try to get someone to bring it out. Like, maybe we can afford, like, one of the other employees can just take a few minutes. Because I didn't even live far. It was, like, 8 minutes away. And so, eventually, like, a guy does show up. He couldn't find the exact address because the street is dark as shit. We don't have any lights.
Oh no, they're gonna become Master Porky's friends.
God. But yeah, guy shows up with my order, and he gives me the pizza and the brownie. I'm like, I had a drink too. Is that in the car? And he's like, oh no. No, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna make you go back or anything. Like, whatever. And he's just like, I can like, give you some cash to make up for it. I'm like, you don't have to do that. That's fine. But he pulls out $3 and hands it to me, and I'm just like, okay, well, thank you. Like, didn't have to do that, but all right. So I got my food. I got my $3. It was cold as hell because, they'd had it there for an hour and a half waiting for me to call DoorDash to pick it up, apparently. That was the whole story, really. There was not much else to it, but... Oh, actually, no, because, yeah, I bring the thing in, and, like, as I'm taking it to my room, like, Matt and Joseph see it, and I kind of tell them the story, and then it's like, yeah, we tried to order from Papa John's, like, a couple months ago, and the same thing happened. Like, they said that they don't deliver, and we have to do through DoorDash, and didn't tell us how to do it. Like, okay, great. And then he tells me that apparently they're right next door to a Domino's, and the Domino's is always really busy, and the Papa John's is, like, in a state of fucking disrepair and, like, doesn't even have power half the time.
Oh my god.
And so I'm like, if there was a Domino's right there, how the fuck did they not deliver here? He's like, I don't know, they delivered to us before. So maybe I just put in the wrong address or something. I don't fucking know what I did.
Yeah, well, no, because they didn't even say that we don't deliver to you. They said we do not have drivers.
We have no drivers. Which to me is telling me that they normally would deliver, but they just are extremely understaffed and don't have any drivers.
Oh, I was under the impression they don't deliver. Like, they have a deal with DoorDash.
It's possible that that's the case, but I interpreted that as just we don't have any right now because nobody wanted to be a driver. I don't know.
Welcome to the stream, by the way, Emily. Haven't seen you about.
Hello.
Are you a regular viewer of Joseph's?
Hello.
Anyway, I actually came up with a couple of random things to talk about while I was away. Well, first of all, I want to respond to Flash. Apparently, informing me after I already acknowledged that he was making a Pro ZD reference that it was from Pro ZD.
Yeah.
When I obviously know that. Secondly, I randomly remembered because I was watching Luigi's Adventure earlier, which I have seen before, but it was many years ago and I don't really remember it. Did you ever end up going to the adult section of Family Video with one while you were able?
No.
Okay, because in the video you mentioned there was one, and you guys hadn't plucked up the courage to try going in there yet.
Yeah, no, we have not done that.
I see. And then that made me think of the word video, and I'm like, huh, like, you can create a photo or a video, but a photo is short for a photograph, and if you take photos, you're a photographer. If you take videos, like, people often call that, you're a videographer. But then I'm like, is video short for videograph? Because that sounds fucking weird.
Did you determine if it was?
No, I didn't. I was making myself a drink.
I'm looking it up. Videograph, verb, Indian. Capture video
What?
of. What do you mean Indian? Videograph apparently means to make a video recording of something. So,
Okay, so there's no noun form.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, cleavage.
Usually.
I'm on OxfordLearnersDictionaries.com, which is a terrible name for a thing. There's just like Dark Souls shirts and cleavage.
Now I'm just
Farmhouse Fixer. There's a new farm on the block. Season premiere Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on HGTV.
The combination of those things just reminds me of the time that somebody on Tumblr screenshotted a message they got from like a porn bot that just said, "Hello, do you want to play Dark Souls?"
Hello.
You've been here multiple times before. I see. Hello. Alright, to Mount Coronet, I suppose. Yeah, sure, I'll lead with Licky Licky, why not? Do I want to approach it from... I would not like to enter the Grand Underground. I did my time. I told you I'd shoot!
But you didn't believe me. Why didn't you believe me?
I think I want to go from Hot Home. Video comes from Vidair combined with audio, that's it. Okay.
Indian.
Donut, donut, disaster.
Now come on, let's G-O, go, go, Gia-ho!
I don't know what instrument is being referred to, because I can't hear the game. I like most of the songs in this game fine. I will say as we're heading up to Mount Coronet though, the version in this game leaves some things to be desired. It's not terrible, but... All the instrument in Hot Home, I don't... Yeah, again, I cannot hear the game, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I can't give you my opinion or really respond to it.
Wow, I can't believe they made a city based off of Hearthstone.
I still think Hot Home is where the Hot Home is one of your best titles.
Nah, it's like, it's been proven to be problematic.
Oh my god.
Donut, donut, disaster. I like how I just don't know any other parts of that song. It's just that one line.
I don't know what it is. I'm gonna guess it's from Doug.
No, it's from Board Jams.
Oh, okay.
That's also where the G-O, go, go, Gia-ho came from. It was the same episode as I like my coffee the same way I like my women. With my dick in it, oh!
I have occasionally had some interest in reading the Pokemon Adventures manga, but never actually gotten around to it. I don't read a lot of manga in general. I pretty much only read stuff in the genre of cross-dressing boys, because talent. I don't know.
One day, this game will
fuck is
finally
this?
give me a fucking egg for the thing I
Oh,
needed.
right, I forgot about this.
It should only be a 1 out of 10 chance.
I enjoyed the pushing licky licky though. Am I still roboting, by the way?
Actually, no, I forgot that you even were.
Okay, that's good.
Oh no. Yeah, bottle of iron.
Hey, Play, do you remember when you programmed that system in the Bikdip RPG for, like, assigning, like, units for stuff? Like, how to describe obtaining an item? So, like, you know, it would be like...
A packet of bunchberries.
Yeah, like a packet of bunchberries and stuff like that. And, like, what's the plural form of the word and all that shit. And it was, like, barely used. Would have been good if the game was fully developed. Feel a little bad. What team did I just get? I already forgot. I feel like it was something
Rock
good.
slide?
Oh, that's okay. I could use it.
I think.
I
might have been looking at porn, I don't actually remember.
It was rock slide, yeah. Do I think...
Rock slide, disaster.
I should probably get rid of poison jab, right? Like, because I already have a poison user? Yeah, fuck it.
Per Hind Island.
Standard for games week items.
Man, I can't believe it's confirmed that Gen 9 won't have breeding. Note, this is a joke.
Well, it is rumored, right? Was it leaked by the same person that leaked the Pokedex? I think
From what I hear, it was like a possible mistranslation, and what they meant to say was like breeding will be done differently.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I have no idea really. The Sword and Shield DLC will introduce old Pokemon that were removed, such as Celio.
No, I'll stick with Licky Licky. Why my head hurts? It's not like really bad. It's just like a dull, consistent ache. It's probably just from staring at screens all day. But not much I can do about that. I mean, there is, but nothing I would like.
Go out and touch dog poop.
I think I will. So how y'all doing
Celio
tonight?
was a cat once, but only in German. Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Were we speaking of plurals?
Well, the plural form of items, for example.
Oh god, is that like actually in the text?
Is it? I would think it would be circus dogs on balls. I think that's actually a case where you would pluralize both of the, like,
Probably,
nouns
yeah.
there.
Either that or circus dog on a ball. Like, apostrophe S, to make it as shitty as possible.
You sit it on your own balls, Mr. Grinch. I thought it was Mr. Isn't it Mr. Grinch for that one? It's taken directly from the text.
So, I still stand by my opinion that nothing within Bargo the Bikdip can actually be trusted to be canon. Like, and that this includes, like, the Zelda Classic quests. Like, anytime something is
They're
stated,
canon to each other. But
even then, not necessarily. Like, I would argue that, like, you know, if something is directly stated in a chapter, and then like
No,
the
I'm
next
sorry.
chapter even
Go.
like continues off of that, it still might be wrong. Like
I was
because
just meaning that the BA games canon to each other.
okay. BA3 is only canon to Metroid Other M.
BA3 might be like the only canon thing in the entire like Bog of the Bikdip series.
Yeah,
It's the only one that has a story
just,
that takes itself seriously.
that and like we're overanalyzing the shit out of it and trying to make everything kind of work.
Yeah.
There's been so many times already where not even necessarily story related stuff, but just like, oh no, it might not make sense if this, and we're like, it's a fucking video game. Like,
Yeah.
You come out of the minecart section, and like, there's a minecart that you can get onto for the next one, but then there's also one that you came off of from the exit, and it's like, well, what if you take the same path again? How did the other minecart get out of the way? It's like, it's a fucking game. Like, or like, oh no, in the cutscenes, like characters are jumping around randomly between screens, and it's like, yeah, because it's a Zelda Classic quest, and that's what they do. I do like how we have given that an official name, though.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? It's the something Super Bowl Shuffle, right?
Yes.
Not to be confused with the Square Dancing Summit.
Yeah, Square Dancing Stomachs is when Discord won't load a screen share. Super Bowl Shuffle is when characters move around randomly in cutscenes in Zelda Classic.
It's not really randomly. It's just the very choppy movement.
Right. Shit, I feel like we had another term for stuff, like in.
I mean,
Zelda
there's
Classic.
bus stops, but
Yeah, I don't know.
wait, what were you annotating? I saw that you like made a summary. Did you like make a shit ton of notes that you can make other articles with? Because I was actually thinking about doing that myself, of being like, okay, I need to write down, this like for example, I wanted to go through and like be able to make a list of like all of Yakronsky's moves and shit like that. You took many notes? Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, okay, I'm content. I'm perfectly content to leave like all the story stuff to you, and I take all the like game stuff.
Oh,
You have all the moves used in BTB1 written down. Christ.
I've collected many rocks.
Yeah, the next thing
The best move in the Barg of the Bikdip series is the thing that Technoli used. That is just like the beam. I think I refer to it as the Janukanovic beam, but that is not how it's spelled.
Good.
It's just key smash.
Yeah, the next thing I get to do for the wiki, whenever I feel like it, is I get to make fucking interactive maps of the Hat Quest dungeons, except I think you said you wanted me to not do that until after you play through the game again, so that I'm not, like,
Probably.
super caught up, so we should probably do that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, we could maybe do that later this week.
I'm down.
God, fucking Head Quest sucks ass.
It's so bad.
I'm also concerned about the fact that there is technically like a non-zero chance that like we're gonna record this and then Harrison is gonna somehow find the video and be like, dude, what the hell? Like, we haven't talked since like 2009, and this is gonna be the thing to reunite us, is me making fun of a shitty quest that we made.
If you didn't find your other like Boggo the Bikdip videos, he's not gonna find this. He's more likely to search out Boggo the Bikdip than he is like Had's first adventure.
Yeah. I'm mainly thinking of the strange creature tier list with Jordan's comment that's like, I can't believe you did me like this, I cry every time.
At some point, I need to like record the MIDIs from all the games, and that includes BA1, because like Play went through and did like recordings of the MIDIs to turn them into MP3s. The problem is, I assume he must have just not known this because of like it's a Zelda Classic thing. You don't know Zelda Classic that well, but like a lot of them have specific details set in the editor for like starting at only at a certain point in the MIDI. So if you play just the MIDI as it's extracted, it's not quite how it's gonna sound in game because, you know, it might be adding an extra part that's not in how you would hear it in game. So I feel like it makes more sense to record it like from in the Zelda Classic player. So we might want to do that.
I'm concerned about like MIDI inconsistency. Because I think I'd have to check which one it is, but I think there's one in my BA3 MIDIs folder for something that, like, will be later in the game that used to sound fine and now sounds like horse shit. And I think it was me upgrading to Windows 10 that made it sound worse.
Oh, there's some weird thing where there was actually like a MIDI that used to sound fine for me and now,
Was it? I'm not going to consider this one spoilers. Was it Field of Hopes and Dreams?
No.
Because that one's just missing notes. Like,
we can look at that one. There's a lot of ones we can mess with. You know, I've noted certain other ones that we should probably change. But, no, there was one in particular that literally just one day, it just... Oh, I remember what it was. Okay, I probably shouldn't tell you. But, like, I'll tell you off screen. But there's, I guess what I can say is, There's a dungeon that has 2 different songs about halfway through the game, and one of those MIDIs, the melody is extremely quiet now, and it didn't used to be.
Huh.
When I listened to it.
Alright then.
The one where the song begins with the letter L.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that.
I can imagine being that kid, the last thing you see be a gorilla hurling you at a wall.
Hot.
What I could do, I suppose, is if you want to remove the loop info... No, I think the loop info is useful, at least to hear one loop. So, I don't know. There might be, I don't know what the best way to do it would be. Are you, like, far behind? I don't know.
Game. Come on, it's not that fucking low of a chance.
Okay, Flash, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna open my Pokédex in a few seconds. I'm gonna open my Pokédex in a few seconds here. And, so get ready. I want you to type now, okay? And then I want you to post it when you see me open the Pokédex, okay? And we can test how... There. We can test how, behind you are. Okay, I'm not actually looking at the time, but I'll get a sense of it. Okay, I'm roughly looking
He
at the time.
typed now before I saw it on my end, so... I think it's fine.
Okay. Unless he just posted it early because he wasn't listening to my instructions, that's also possible. But yeah, that was like less than 10 seconds, you're really fine. That before even you saw it!
We should put the calisthenics music in BA3.
But you did it when you opened the Pokédex? Okay, I mean, there you go, you're, you're not behind.
I actually like, kind of hurt my hands for clapping there.
Oh my god. We could put the calisthenics music in BA3. Like, I could try to make a media of it. I don't know where we'd use it. We'll just have a random scene that just cuts to,
Just somewhere in Seaside Town, there'll just be like a little jazzercise session.
Yes! It's a bit hot in here. I think I'm gonna plug in my fan. I can unplug this, right?
For the record, you have started roboting again.
Oh, man.
Also, this, what the fuck happened? Like, so after the, like, I'm gonna open the Pokedex thing, as soon as I saw that Flash was actually further ahead than or like, you know, was more up to date with the video than I was, I did the like speed up thing. And then since then the video has just been taking a complete shit. I think it kind of fixed itself though, so.
Okay. I don't know. The Galactic Run has an early game bug because Diamond Pearl.
Yeah, I think that's part of the joke is just they all, like, they stole Pokemon from people and they all kind of suck ass. But it's, yeah, it doesn't make for fun battles. Also, this room is weird. It's like...
It's a complete, like, you don't have to go in here, and it doesn't lead to anything unless you come back, like, later on in the game.
Yeah, I think it just kind of connects into...
Does it go into the back of that one room?
I think it connects to the one that leads to Route 216. Or something.
Oh, does it? Huh.
Like, I don't remember. Mount Cornet's freaking confusing.
I mean, Team Rocket is said to have stolen Pokemon. I don't think we ever actually, like, see a specific example. Yeah, Team Plasma did, because Hugh would not shut the fuck up about his sister's Purloin.
Hugh. I will always call him Hugh.
Why?
Because that's what Martin called him.
Why?
I don't know.
Please tell me that was a joke, and he did know.
I'm pretty sure it was a joke, but
Okay.
I guess I'm not 100% sure.
Payday is on Friday, and after, you know, once that comes, is when I'll want to buy my plane tickets. So.
Oh no, it's scary.
Yeah, it is a little scary. It's getting closer and closer. I've never organized my own travel abroad, and I've never been out of the continent before. And I've never traveled. Well, I've also just never.
Mexico.
Oh, clearly, I've never traveled abroad by myself. Actually, I've traveled with family, and I've traveled with my school. So yeah.
Loving this 240p.
I'm loving it.
And eats a wonder sniv. Eats a wonder sniv. Breathe air.
Super Duper Pooper Scooper Brothers will never be released in North America ever. I actually don't remember what the game was that was never going to be released in North America, but whatever. We'll say it was that.
Super Duper Sumos.
A Fire Sumo! Be there. I don't have I am be so wonderful. Does anyone know what they're saying there? I'm sure somebody does. Late because you're busy. If BA3 has any error or failsafe screens, you could put the calisthenics music there. No, because custom music needs its own DMAP. So when, like, you know, I imagine any type of screen containing that would, you know, there could be many of them across the game in different maps, which would require them to be on different DMAPs. So we're not wasting DMAPs on adding calisthenic music. If there are any failsafe screens, they're just gonna reuse DMAPs that are already there. In fact, you're never gonna reach them by means that are intended anyways. There's, yeah. God, I can't believe you didn't know that. You enjoy having to write sentences like Schmogan Hogan was a Sugenhaus when he first appeared out of nowhere in chapter next. Yes. Well, yeah, because Lunar Magic, like, modifies what's already there, and to be fair, Zelda Classic does to an extent anyway. It just doesn't give you any, like, default levels or anything to edit, but you could say both of them just have, you know, a specific limited set of tools that you can't add to unless you count 250 scripting. You're ashamed. You are honestly ashamed of forgetting the DMAP limitation? Don't worry about it, it's fine. These are the kinds of things that you develop an ability to just instinctively think about a lot if you're thinking about anything, like implementing anything in Zelda Classic, if you work with it enough, as me and Josh have. But if you don't work with it all the time, even if you know this stuff, you know, you're not actively thinking about it a lot of the time, so.
That old gun is no niche for my dick.
The scripting is neat. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue.
Scripting is neat.
I can't
the
argue.
Ice cream was fantastic.
I can't argue, I just, you know, I don't, you know, we're not using it, so I have nothing to say. I've only used it a little bit for like BA2 complete and the Mitch rando and stuff, and even then I wasn't even the one writing the scripts, so. Does Noah of the North feature a minute-long pissing scene?
Yes.
Why? Why?
He has like these little lemming companions, which are, you know, minion-esque, and they go into like some fancy office or something, and there's a fish tank, and he's just like, well, here you go, guys. You know, like, you said you needed the bathroom, and they stand up on top of the fish tank and pee into it for an uncomfortably long amount of time.
Horrible. I hate it.
Rob Schneider
is a stapler.
Snake.
So yesterday, when I said, like, we could record Kirby today, and you said, like, sure, but I also want to do something else productive. Like, is this just what you meant? Like, you wanted to stream?
Pretty much, yeah. Yesterday was, like, we watched a bunch of AVGN, and afterward I was like, oh no, we didn't do anything.
I played some Galaxy, too, I mean. But fair enough.
Still not trying.
Acrobatics. Oh, this is my Infernate. No. No, you cannot learn acrobatics? Aerobatics, yeah, good. You quoted on that.
Aromantic mist, asexual mist, mist fist.
Schindler's Fist.
Dave's Inferno. Dave.
God.
Do we still have that?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck, I need to find it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can look for it. I'm playing Gammy. Josh takes a shit live on stream.
No.
No, that was Sufazon. I'm just making sure. Apt building. Oh, apartment building, Dave. Yeah. The apartment building, Dave. Oh no, it's scary.
How is it scary?
It just is. Who the fuck is Jimmy Senior?
Jodo fresh and saltwater.txt.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Is that the thing that determined like whether a Pokemon should be in fresh or saltwater, or was that the one that was said like which locations were fresh and saltwater?
It was just which locations.
Okay.
I'm attempting to find this other, like...
I enjoy that. Am I remembering right that we both thought of that? We're like, we should make a distinction between fresh and saltwater. Like, we independently thought of that, and then also realized the game already did that as well.
Well, I already knew that it did because
okay.
I had found that out when I was making like a location guide for Gen 3.
Okay, in that case, maybe I just noticed it independently from you telling me, but then we were like, yeah, let's keep that up.
Because, yeah, and, like, I noticed that when I was doing my, like... It was before I did the big spreadsheet. I was just making, like, this all-encompassing Pokemon location guide back in, like, 2009 or something, and, in Hoenn, every route that has water on it will either have, you know, like, Goldeen or Tentacool, basically, and the one exception to this is Route 104, which is the one with the entrance to Petalburg Woods, because, like, both ends of the, like, basically, like, the route exists on both ends of the woods, and, like, one end has, like, a pond in it, and the other end has, like, the start of the ocean, so they couldn't commit to one, so they just made the encounter rate nothing but Magikarp. It was pretty good.
In a bag.
I got that in a bag.
A single piece of fruit.
this file is.
I already forgot what you were looking for.
The, like, Schindler's Fist thing.
Oh, it was the move list.
Yeah, but I don't know where that is.
Oh, do you not have it in your history?
Man, I don't fucking know.
Is it in the folder?
I mean, I pulled up Pokemon folder on Google Drive. It has, you know, various Rainbow Gold documentation, a list of my LPs for some reason in the Pokemon stuff
I
folder.
must have accidentally put that in there.
Like, I don't know.
Let me see if I can find it.
It's not important. Let me just search for Fist in our conversation history.
Yeah, now I'm annoyed. Hang on. I made the documents.
Wait, I think I found it. Hold on. I don't know where it's linked to, but I found it in our conversation history. So yeah, we have... So Bulbasaur's moves are Avalanche, Aromatic Mist, Aromantic Mist, Asexual Mist, Dante's Inferno, Gum, Tennessee, The Crunch, Fire Spin, in quotes, Dave's Inferno, Dave. Ivysaur gets Ambulance, Aromatic Fist, Schindler's Fist, Mist Fist, Fist Mist, Dante's Internal Struggle, Gun, Hennessy, The Crunch Punch, Fire, in quotes, Spin, and Redacted. And then after that, everything is actually normal.
God.
The Crunch Punch.
That was just... I have no explanation for any of that, by the way. That was just... I just wanted to, like, put in some, like, dummy text that we get rid of later. This was... Okay. This was, like... I created a list of, like, the moves that stuff learned in Gen 4 so we could eventually modify it for our ROM hack. And then, you know, I just wanted to, like...
this was just placeholder bullshit, but it ended up being hilarious.
This was placeholder bullshit, and I wasn't, like... It was just kind of like stream of consciousness. Like I just wrote whatever came to mind and just tried to, like, you know, spitball and, like, you know, work with the same sort of recurring ideas and just put new stupid spins on them.
I liked Dave's Inferno, or no, Dave's Inferno, Dave.
Yes.
Bulbasaur gets Gum and Tennessee. Ivysaur gets Gun and Hennessy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who to lead with. Sure. Ruto, you're fine. Fire Spin and Fire Spin, yeah.
Yeah, we have Aromatic Mist, Aromantic Mist, Asexual Mist, Schindler's Fist, Mist Fist, and Fist Mist.
To be fair, I did not come up with Schindler's Fist. That was like... I don't even know what it was. I feel like it was probably like some photoshopped image I probably saw like in the 2000s. It was just like, what if Schindler's List was like an action movie about, you know, Schindler himself going around beating up Nazis or something. Har or har.
Don't forget to get the Victini.
I thought to get oh my god, how? I thought to get the Arceus you need like Legend Save Data.
You do.
Which I don't have, so. Schindler's Fist is a very old joke. I might play Legends Arceus at some point. I don't know when.
Yeah. I might finish the game at some point. I don't know when. I have finally done basically everything I can without progressing the plot, other than finding Espeon and Glaceon in a space-time distortion. But yeah, it's like I should probably just move on. I think the progression at this point is catch a bunch of legendaries, do some, legendary stuff, then get into post game, and then do some more legendary stuff.
My problem is, like, I'm, not finished with this game yet. I'm not going to be for, like, a couple weeks at least. Even then, I'd like to do the post game, just because I like Gen 4. And then I simultaneously have an Alpha Sapphire run that I am not finished with. I'm near the end of that one. I want to say I have 7 badges. Oh no, I think I only have 6, actually. But I'm fairly late into that one. And then I have a fucking Hot Gold run where I'm like 3 gyms in, I think. So, pretty fucking early. Yeah. I have a lot of that one to go through.
That one can probably kind of just be ditched for a while and come back to eventually.
I will do it eventually. But then the problem is, I have these 3 to finish. Then I'm having Josh make this fucking team for me for Gen 5, which I would not be rushing to go do Gen 5. I would be like fine to wait for that a little while, except completely separately from my Pokemon plans. I'm gonna be visiting Josh in October, and I'm like, well, like October, November time. I haven't got a specific time yet. And I'm like, well, may as well get that done while we're here. So we started organizing that, and then, Scarlet Violet are coming out this year, and will probably want to get them. So like, I don't know when I'll have time for Legends Arceus. I'm frankly not even sure I'll have time for Scarlet Violet at release. I probably won't. I'll probably wait a few months.
Blink. Blink, blink. Blink, blink, blink.
Blink, 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 blink.
Dude, your head's too big. My goodness, we'll be surprised. I would like to reiterate, this is a 1 out of 10 chance to get the gender I want and the nature, and the ability I want. I've probably hatched, fucking 30 eggs at this point.
Hang on, there's a... Oh, yeah, because 20% chance of getting the ability. Okay. Chibi Dialga? Nah, this Dialga looks fine. I was gonna say, it actually, yeah, it does stand out, because we're Chibis and it's not. It is easier to just make a new world than change this one. Yeah, okay. Sure. Sorry, let me just heal my mons here.
Yaguma! This world is imperfect.
If only it were as beautiful as me. Carbos! Oh, they all EV'd out? Oh, shit. Whoops.
Yippee.
Well.
Apparently, earlier, a week ago or something, Joel and Joseph were in the car and just randomly started thinking about, what if there was, what if you went to get a haircut and the barber...
The guy just offered you a backpack full of shrimp.
No. What if every time they, made the cut, they would go, yippee! Yippee! And then you would hear a whoops, and you're like, what do you mean, whoops?
Good. What happens if you leave Spear Pillar at this time? Do you get to see a dog quad? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm guessing probably not.
I am here also. Let's go, just me and you. Let's go just two on two.
What?
It doesn't work. It's fine.
And then you just die, and then the game's over.
Oh, did I get healed? God damn it. It's not a good command on me. Oh, heavens to Betsy.
This is a very Bronzor looking fight.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up and realize you're still dreaming. You take another slice of the gherkin.
Ogorki the Hedgehog.
Or Yellowso the hedgehog.
Or Yellowso's garage. It's next door to Mancuso's. Yeah, you can put up that reflect. It'll do you a fat lot of good. You think about how delicious it would be if you ate it raw. You think about how delicious it would be if you ate it cooked. You wake up and realize that you're still dreaming. You fight
There's actually a third line there. We like never say that.
Is it
one.
boiled?
Yes.
See, I never want to say that because I feel like
It's redundant with cooked.
it's not just redundant, but like if there isn't even more examples of like types of ways of having it, then I'm like, why is it even there? But I guess AI doesn't have to make sense. So.
McClunky.
McClanky. Shane, Skuntank used to shoot flamethrowers out of its asshole.
Only in platinum.
Oh.
Yeah, noises, yeah, noises.
Bad,
yeah.
bad, bad, bad.
Yeah, I gotta scratch my microphone with the scissors, yeah.
The door handle.
You?
Why didn't I use Nazi play earlier? I'm stupid.
If you eat something cooked, does that make you go to college again? Man, what the fuck?
The hell are you talking about, Willis?
It's freedom like you never knew.
Bap, 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 bap.
I think the second funniest letter is G. I never found E very funny.
I like number one in the hood, G. And like, you know, meet Wad, get the money, C. Meet Wad, get the money, G. That's good.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other uses where G is funny though.
It's a running gag in Homestar, apparently.
Oh, okay. You had a much longer plot synopsis that you cut down because it was far too long. Jesus Christ. It's hard to tell what counts as a relevant event in a story like Bog of the Bikdip, where there basically is no plot and it's just a series of events.
I would say the most important thing is Yakoransky floating upwards into a pile of Nickelodeon gack.
I will probably eventually watch Aqua Teen with Josh. I don't know when, but...
I would say anything past season 4 can pretty comfortably be skipped. There's not a complete lack of good episodes, but they are rare, and there's a lot of episodes that are just genuinely upsetting.
Oh, I knew the series was kind of gross at times, but
like there's one that was so bad that Joel had to delete it from his hard drive.
Holy shit!
There's one that like made me feel like fucking uncomfortable watching it, and I was like recently reminded of it, and I fucking like hate thinking about it.
Oh,
and there's another one that's just Frylock is basically a rapist.
Oh.
Like
I'm kind of morbidly curious about the first one that Joel had to delete off his hard drive, but I won't.
I am too, because I haven't seen it.
Oh, I see. Huh.
The one that made me feel uncomfortable was.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want.
No, I will. It's
Okay.
not that bad. But there's like a metal band called a Totem Pole that has the gimmick of like they form a totem pole at the end of every concert by like stacking on top of each other with like the person underneath putting their head in the ass of the person above.
No.
And they have like this goblin thing that is always on the top of the totem pole, and it's their mascot. And there's just a bit with like, you know, Carl and Shake get involved with this somehow, and it's fucking disgusting and like.
Christ. Are all 3 of these episodes from post season 4?
Yes.
I see.
But yeah, Fry Legs is just fucking uncomfortable. Like, Frylock makes mechanical legs to try to, like, be more attractive to women. And he, like, keeps pretending to have computer trouble to get this, like, technician to come over that he thinks is hot. Even though he's, like, really smart and, like, knows what he's doing. He basically just kind of pretends that he doesn't. And at one point, I think, like, he finds out that she has a boyfriend and he just fucking murders him. And then, like, tries to pretend it to be the. Like, I think he like reanimates his corpse or something to like make. It's fucking disturbing.
No,
like,
I have not seen very much of the show, but I thought Frylock was like the straight-laced, like reasonable.
He
one.
is. Like, I don't know what the hell happened. like he has his moments. Like, he's not perfect, but like, what the fuck happened?
Oh my god. Did they change writers like SpongeBob?
I don't know.
Be careful about assuming things are in Kanto, by the way, because I think at some point they go to somewhere called Mango, but it's not, like, explicitly clear that this is a new place until later. Like, I had to double check, and I think I only found one mention of that basically indicated, like, sort of offhand that it's like
I was under the impression that the Mango League was just the name of the place, and there wasn't actually a region called Mango, but apparently there's a line that indicates otherwise.
Yeah, there is. It says something about, like, they were in a mango town or something like that. Just do a search for the word mango in like BTB 2 and 3, and you should find it. Play and use that as reference for like determining where they're at. It's also unclear whether or not like the Mountain of Hope and the Castle of Time or whatever, and you know all that shit, whether they're in Kanto or whether they're just like because they get teleported to them, so they, for all we know it could be like on the complete opposite end of the planet. You haven't reached the part where Mango's
different
mentioned.
worlds entirely.
Yeah, they could be, yeah. P.
Let's not forget the Dickisode. That's another late season episode that, for some reason, got sequels. The original is just called the Dickisode. It's about this guy that just steals everybody's dicks and makes like a rocket out of them.
This show is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
A little bit.
Cock pockets, irresistibly H. This is a good expression. Have you seen this?
I'm waiting for it to come up.
Well, and his like pose.
Who's?
Cyrus.
I haven't gotten to Cyrus yet.
Oh wow.
Like my stream. Oh, I see it now. Good. Yeah, let me try to speed it up. My stream went to complete shit earlier, so I haven't wanted to like try too hard.
Stomp, 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 stomp. He looks like a fucking toddler with like a weird gaunt face, but still. And now he's an adult. Yeah.
I think people generally like Hand Banana, like It's another rape episode, but I mean...
Man.
Okay, so the plot of Hand Banana is like... There's a... I forget how it happens, but I want to say Frylock probably has a machine that, like, you know... Well, he has, like, a cloner. But I don't know. Somehow a dog gets made out of, like, Shake's hand. So it's just, like, this weird... It looks like a balloon animal. It's, like, this big yellow glove-shaped dog. And it can talk with, like, a really deep voice. And it just keeps raping Carl. And nobody believes him. And then eventually Carl also makes a dog that just has his head and, like... It has, like, human skin and, like, hair, and it's wearing, like, his same gold chain and stuff, and he's just like, I want my name to be Spaghetti.
That is one show where I could really believe that the writers were, like, doing all kinds of hard shit while they were coming up with stuff.
It's definitely possible.
You know, like, I mean, you get the stuff, like The Simpsons makes fun of that I always reference with, like, a talking dog! What were you smoking when you came up with this? We were eating rotisserie chicken. But, like, I feel like that a lot whenever people say, like, whoa, what's up with this? Whoa, are they smoking? Whenever there's, like, something weird in a piece of media. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is genuinely so fucking out there that, like, they probably...
Yeah.
I don't believe that was, like, they came up with shit so... What hell we just asked
episode.
Oh no.
That looked, like, actually pretty good, though.
Oh yeah, I forgot Oblivious makes you immune to Intimidate now.
It's so weird.
Am I gonna fucking licky roll out Sweep Cyrus? I think I might. Oh man, Power Whip is good. Okay, I'll get rid of...
I like the one where Shake
oh no,
kills
Stomp
himself.
is... Shit, I don't know what to get rid of. All of these are good. For different reasons.
Why do you want Stomp? Just because of Stab? Or...
Stab, yeah. I guess normal Stab isn't that valuable. I'm also not fast, so I'm not gonna get the flint. Yeah, fuck Stomp.
But yeah, yeah, there's the one where Shake kills himself so that his ghost can haunt Meatwad's video Ouija game for the Atari. And the way that he kills himself is he fills Carl's pool with piranhas and also electrifies it. And he jumps into this pool after first, like, breathing exhaust through a tube connected to a running car and taking a bunch of pills.
Oh my god. The best part would be if he, you know, he falls unconscious into the pool of piranhas and then they just don't eat him because piranhas don't do that.
Also, the pool is electrified, so I'm not sure how they didn't die.
Oh, they're too small. They just dodge the electricity.
Okay.
You just like tiny little lightning bolts like zipping around and stuff, and you just dodge it.
Spirits of the beyond. What was we talking about? My sister's baby. Oh yeah, Carol. How's she doing? She's dead. All of us are dead.
God. Oh, it's a
Truly,
chocolate there.
they were an Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
We occasionally have to write comedy in BA3. I think we're pretty good at it. We usually just reference something or just say some stupid bullshit. And you just, if it makes us laugh, then it passes the test.
Yes.
Aw, man. Oh, good.
Oh, it's Spectage. Limited 3D.
Charming.
Crobat is very floppy.
I'm not sure what to make of this statement. Passes the test, eh? Yeah, that's what I said.
Trouble with the trolley, eh?
It's a turn of phrase.
How do you turn a phrase?
I don't know.
Starana, do your best. Starana, pass the test. Why did I say? I already don't remember why I said trouble with the trolley.
Because passes the test, eh?
Oh.
Yeah, I told you it wouldn't be very interesting. But you wouldn't believe me! I want to be sedated with the Game Boy! I want to be sedated...
The fucking Game Boy Fish Finder is still the best part.
It's so good. Do I even have a lot of Premier Balls? I have three. I have 3 Premier Balls. And 27 Pokeball. I have like no balls because I don't catch stuff. Alright, well, we might be here a while, folks.
I've definitely mentioned this before, but it seems like an apt time to bring it up again. When the Brawl Dojo updated with the Spear Pillar stage, and it, like, showed off all the legendaries that could appear on it, there was a GameFAQs thread that was like, raise your hand if you didn't recognize any of the Pokemon shown in today's update.
Yeah.
And there was, like, a bunch of people, you know, saying, like, yup, I don't know any of this shit. One person's like, a real gamer would not know any Pokemon after Gen 1.
Makes no sense. It's like one thing to just be like, yeah, I don't pay attention to Pokemon anymore. It's another thing to be like, actually, if you did, you made the wrong choice and have forfeited your right to being a true fan by keeping up with the franchise. Yeah, like, yeah, okay. Fuck off. Oh! Good. I feel like editing this would not be nearly as fun if the series actually made sense. Yeah, I feel ya. The fact that it's so ridiculous and we get to write stupid shit in there all the time kind of, helps. 2007 mindset right there, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, basically what you guys said.
Oh man, Pokemon was so good when it was poorly coded. Honestly, the series peaked when it was just Rhydon and Nidorino. They should have stopped making Pokemon right then.
The colors in this background are very, very evocative of Primal Dialga. I'm sure this has been pointed out, but they're reminding me of that. Or Dialga.
Attention gamers, if you haven't played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers, then you have missed out on the greatest game ever made, and also you are probably brown.
Collecting bugs in a forest in real life, yeah. Dialga's not for Jurassic Park, you take that back.
I do like how people agree that its cry sounds like a horse getting run over by a tractor. I'm not sure where that specific noise.
When I was a kid, I was like, oh wow, it sounds like a chicken. And then like only once I mentioned that to you once, you're like, no, it doesn't. And I'm like, I listened to it again. I'm like, Oh yeah, that isn't a chicken. What? Like, I knew that it sounded, like, weird and not appropriate for what it is, but why a chicken? I have no idea, but that was my mind. I was like, yeah, Dialga sounds like a chicken.
Well, it's just a chicken, man, that goes around and shoots stuff and stuff.
Meanwhile, I think that Charizard's, like, back sprite in Gen 1 looks like a donkey.
It looks like something, alright.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm steel type, I resist this. I'll be fine, right? Okay.
Roarge of Time.
Roarge and Biter. It missed again? Really?
To think, I wouldn't have been going through these last few hours of fucking tedium if the one that had hatched had fucking met the 80% chance of keeping its ability. I cannot believe how hard it's being to get another one.
Mm. Okay, first ball, let's go. Hang on, I didn't even see when the ball closed. How am I supposed to know when to start holding A?
Why the fuck is Smoliv a normal type?
I don't know. Because olives are rather ordinary plants.
I actually did see someone make that argument in a thread earlier today. They're like, well, they're like a staple thing in Spain, so they're very normal. So get out. No, fuck out of here.
I should probably go get more Primibbles, but I don't know if I can leave, and I also don't want to reclimb Mount Coronet, so I think it would be faster to just keep doing this.
Well, it's normal grass, but...
Yeah. Grass normal. It so doesn't matter, but I care about which way around the types are.
I do in some cases.
I would be interested in... It's weird. I don't know if I like it the way it is, or if I want them to make a distinction between primary and secondary types, because they usually only, like, whether it's primary or secondary, usually is, like, dependent on what its other evolutions were, you know, if it only gained the second type later. Or if it's all the same type, like, across the family, it's usually, like, whichever one is, like, more prominent, or, like, you know, a lot of Pokemon, it feels like, oh, it's main type, you know, it's this, but with, it's X, but with Y features. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, Drifloon and Drifblim, it's like, they're not literally a balloon and a blimp, they are ghosts that resemble them, so they're ghost primary, and then, like, the flying... I don't know why that was my example, but...
Yeah, there's ones that, like, I feel like Gen 8 just kind of stopped caring in a lot of ways, but, like, the most unimportant way is the fact that, you know, we have our very first pure flying types that aren't, like, a legendary. I don't understand why Rookidee and Corvisquire are pure flying. And, then we also have, Cramorant, which is flying water. Why?
Yeah, I do think that, like, if they were gonna make the Route 1 bird pure flying, that's fine, but they should have retconned Pidgey in that to do it. But then the question is, I don't know what a normal flying type would be, so then it's questionable. I feel like...
I feel like Doduo would still remain normal flying, but yeah, it's like...
I think they should not have made the bird, I think Rookidee should have been normal flying or flying normal. But what they should have done is they should make anything that's like wind-based pure flying. But the problem is, like, there's not a lot of things that are purely that. They've got Tornadus, they did it with that. They could maybe do it with, like, default cast form. I'm trying to think if there's any other Pokemon that are, like, based on a wind and stuff and don't have any other types. Like, they're a pure type. Because I guess they would have just given it something else, right? Like, I don't know. They could always do it, I guess.
Suicune should be pure flying.
Why?
I don't know, because it's the north wind. I'm just.
Oh yeah, that old north wind starts to howl, puffs up, furls his brow. Now, now, you better take cover, lock up those doors, and close the shutters. It's from Over the Garden Wall. We never got that far when I was watching it with you. We need to go through it, like, in full. You said you didn't even dislike what you saw, you just didn't feel like watching more of it at the time.
It was like, okay.
I really like it. I think it's better as a complete product as well, so. Oh yeah, that old north wind. Yes, he is! I don't know why they say yes, he is. Normal as a type feels too nebulous, even if you just use it for anything thematically mundane. Yeah, it's a bit weird. The type system is flawed. But to me, if they wanted to keep the types relatively as they are, they could keep birds as being normal flying because they're basically just ordinary animals, and then save pure flying for stuff that's, like, wind-based. I think that makes sense.
The problem is, like, we would need more wind elemental Pokemon.
Yeah, which we don't really have a lot of. I would say that Minior comes close. They basically only made that flying because they wanted to give it a unique ability, but also wanted it to levitate, so they're like, just make it part flying. I feel like that would have been less weird if they had more things that were associated with, like, with wind, the sky, atmosphere, even space, that were associated with wind. So yeah, I'm gonna be here a little while.
The weapons do any brand.
You betrayed me. I thought you were gonna do the normal version. Have I mentioned in a video or stream yet that I have a new phone? I got it like over a week ago, and frankly, I feel like it would have been like it could have been more of an update. It's weird. I have nothing better to talk about, so I guess I'll talk about this. So the first phone I ever got was like I don't know if it was a Nokia or what it was, but it was not a smartphone. It was pre-smartphone. I had that in like I don't remember. I want to say it was when I started secondary school, so it would have been very late 2010. And I basically only used it for calling, except I actually did like record a couple of songs on it, like just by, you know, opening up the fucking sound recorder, playing them out of my computer and recording it. It was mentioned in Crosswords, yeah, but nobody watches those. I'll get back to what people are saying in there in a minute. But
you don't have to spend your life addicted to smack, homeless in the streets, giving handjobs for crack.
Yeah, so my first smartphone was in, I want to say it was early 2014, and that was an iPhone 4, or maybe it was a 4S, I can't remember. I basically just got that because my dad had an iPhone and I had used it and I was like familiar with the UI. And then it was like late 2015, so you know, a little under 2 years later, that I got a new smartphone. I wanted to upgrade it, or like the old one was like really getting pretty, like, you know, performance was bad. And then I did not get a new one until a little over a week ago. Like, I put it off for years. Like, I had the one I got in 2015 was the iPhone 6 Plus. I had that as my phone for like 6.5 years. And the interesting thing was, the 6 Plus felt like this huge leap up from the 4 that I had. And I was like, you know, I really quite liked it when I first got it. And, you know, a few years into having it, it was starting to show its age, but it wasn't too bad. I dropped it like a couple times without it cracking, and then eventually it did crack one of the times. And then a couple more cracks came, and it's been pretty badly cracked for like the past 2 years or so. And that was also around the time when one of the iPhones they put out like stopped having a headphone jack, so the only way you could listen to stuff through your headphones was by using like a weird adapter in the charging port, so you couldn't charge it and use your headphones at the same time unless you used a different adapter to let you do both at the same time. Like, this is ridiculous. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna switch to Android next smartphone I get. which ended up being, you know, not until very recently. So I'm sitting here thinking, all right, I'm getting a pretty top-of-the-line phone. It's been 6.5 years compared to, like, the less than 2 from the previous one. I'm almost expecting, like, a huge leap up. And obviously there's, like, some differences, you know, now I'm on an Android, there's certain things I can do now that I didn't used to be able to do, which I'm grateful for. But, it really kind of doesn't feel like that much has changed in the past, like, you know, over half a decade, which is weird. I would think that more would have changed. But no, it's kind of just the same. It seems to run it runs better than my other phone did, but that's just because that one was, like, getting old, and I'm assuming, like, some kind of, like, planned obsolescence features were kicking in, which, in case, for anybody that doesn't know, like, Apple's phones have been shown, or their products in general have been shown to explicitly be designed in such a way that the components, like, degrade faster than they're supposed to, and or, like, the phone itself just will run shittier for no reason, even though it doesn't have to, just to encourage you to, like, change your phone. So, you know, whatever. The point is, it ran like shit. And I got this new one. And it runs way better, but in terms of, like, the functionality, I feel like it's kind of, you know, it's got a better camera. I don't use the camera. It's got more memory. Alright? I stopped saving pictures to my phone a long time ago. I kind of just... my habits changed. I don't save stuff on it anymore. Like, it's weird. And then the stupidest part is, I have realized that the time I use my phone the most is when I'm, like, sitting in bed, because, you know, I don't really go out very much. When I do, I use my phone, fair enough. I haven't really been out since getting the new phone. But, you know, during the day, I'm on my laptop, I'm working, I have a work laptop as well. I'm using other stuff. I'm hardly looking at my phone. Occasionally, I might get a message or an email, and it's usually more convenient to respond to those on my phone. Huh. Actually died. What? Send out. I guess Rokon?
Bobby's addicted to smack. I finally got the thing. That's 3 down.
Damn. For fuck's sake, don't fucking crit it.
Not your fucking mother.
I was like, earlier I was saying, like, oh man, this Dialga might be hard to catch, but in the back of my head, I'm like, nah, they have, like, a pretty high catch rate in this game, right? So it shouldn't be that bad. It's being kind of bad. I really should have more than 3 per minute.
Yeah, I always underestimate these, because, like, they're easier to catch than previous legendaries by quite a bit, but it's still the type of thing that, like, they're on par with, like, Murkrow and Chatot and stuff like that, which are annoying to catch.
Mm.
So it's like, yeah, those are annoying, so these are going to be annoying too.
Okay, I'm the iceberg. But yeah, so the time I use my phone mostly is in bed when I'm not at my computer. And I don't use it in bed because I'm too worried about sleeping, like lying on it, or like the worst thing would be if like I put my elbow on it somehow, or like JonTron put his knee on the screen. I don't want to do that. I also don't want it to like fall off the bed, so I just use my old phone in the bed, which is most of the time that I'm using it. So I'm like hardly even getting the benefits of this new one.
You need to not do that.
Well, what do you mean? I can't just use the new one in my bed. It will fucking break.
Yes, you can. Just, I mean, I don't know, the idea of leaving the phone in the bed, like, after you fall asleep is weird to me. I don't know why that is the case.
Well, I do that. Because
Well,
where am I supposed to put it if I'm using it in bed?
When you are done watching stuff, just put it, like, turn it off, put it on the table, and then go to bed. Well, then put it on the floor.
I'm not putting it on the fucking floor.
Why?
Because
why
then
do you
I might
put it
step
on the
on
bed? I've never put my phone on my bed. Like,
well, with my old one, I had a case. That's the thing. Is what I need is a case.
I mean, mine has a case too. I don't know why you would put it on the bed. Like,
because my I mean, it's kind of dependent on the layout of my room. But basically, my bed is not next to anything. Like, there's a suitcase. I'm not putting on the suitcase. The desk is across the room. It's not super far, but it's like there's a gap about as wide as the bed is, or maybe half as wide.
what's wrong with putting it on the floor?
Well, that's bad, because then I could step on it in the morning. You know?
I don't know how you would. Like, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Like, you know, you're laying on the bed. You have the part that's, like, next to where your head is. You're not going to stand there, like, when you get out of bed.
Oh, but the part next to where my head is there's a suitcase there. And then there's, like, some other random bags. And then if I put it on the space of, like, empty floor, there's, like, a small spot where it's empty. That's where I stand when I wake up. You slide it slightly underneath the bed itself. That could work. But then what if the bed, like, collapses? I mean, that's unlikely, but I don't know. I just... Man, it fucking fainted again? What the hell?
Actors.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not even really disappointed with it, because it's not like I'm like, oh man, they should have added a bunch of bullshit. I don't even use the thing. I don't need extra bullshit. But part of me just had this, like, unconscious expectation, like I was gonna pick it up and I was gonna be, like, so wowed by it, you know? I'm gonna be, like,
whoa.
super impressed with, you know, stuff I didn't even realize I needed. Hello, Rebecca Laland. You have a really hard time picturing this setup? I mean, I would show you guys. My room's a mess, though, so I don't want to.
I guess here's the question. Do you, like, put on a video or music or something and fall asleep with it playing?
Sometimes.
Okay, because that's something I would never do. Like, okay. I always... Like, you know, if I'm going to be looking at something on my phone or whatever, I'll get to a point where... Well, I don't watch videos on my phone anyway most of the time, but either way, if I'm going to be, like, you know, browsing on there or doing whatever, you know, I'll get to a point where it's like, okay, you know, I'm falling asleep here, let me...
See, I can sometimes do that, but other times I'll fall asleep midway through the video. And to be fair, I usually only put it on if I'm having trouble sleeping, and I'm like, okay, I'd rather occupy my brain, like, listening to something than, like, getting lost in my thoughts, because that would just be annoying. I can't have music. Music would distract the fuck out of me. If it's like commentary talking about some random bullshit, I could usually, like, listen to it enough to, like, eventually tune out. But if I'm listening to music... That's like an active experience to me, because I'm, like, enjoying the music and, like, singing along to it in my head, or, you know, whatever. Like, I could not fall asleep to any kind of music, I think. If wall space by my head is taken by a suitcase, put the phone on the suitcase. The suitcase is stood upright, like, it's taller than it is wide, as it currently is. And the thing is not completely stable. It's not like a flat surface. And if I put it on, I think there's a... you know, greater than 0 chance that it would slide off. Slow, calm music. I would just find that annoying. What you need to do is just
staple it to, like, a statue of pancakes.
I don't know how to explain it, but I know that I would find, like, slow, calm, atmospheric music annoying if I was trying to fall asleep. It's not that big a deal. I don't mind you having the old
24-hour loop of Relic song.
Yes, clearly. I don't even know what point I'm making here. Just, yeah, I was kind of expecting my phone to wow me more. There is more I can do with it. There's, like, I've been putting in custom ringtones and, like, I want to put literally all my music on my phone. I'm one of the, like, apparently, you know, like, 4 people on the entire planet that does listen to some music, you know, semi-regularly, but doesn't use Spotify, because I do not see the appeal of...
Step 1, I said assay buns, like kiss my buns.
I thought, for some reason I thought that was... I picked the wrong thing. Good shit. I never remember what it is. Is it hide user on this channel, I think? There you go.
I love how...
Why isn't it just ban? Why is it hide user on this channel? Anyway. I do not get it. Like, I know that if you pay for it, this isn't the case, but I assume most people don't pay for it. I know that, like, isn't the way Spotify works, like, you can pick one song to listen to, and then as soon as it's done, you can't pick another one until you've listened to a few just, like, random selections it picks for you. Like, that's how it works, is it will just pick some other song it thinks you'll like. I don't get it. Who the fuck listens to music like that? If I want to listen to music, I pick a song, and I'm like, okay, that was fun, and then I'm like, oh, I'm in the mood to listen to this other song, and I'll go find that, and I'll listen to it. Or sometimes, you know, I'll make a playlist of like similar songs I want to listen to together, and then I'll put on the playlist. Sometimes I'll shuffle it. I do that with like most of the time I listen to music currently, it's on YouTube. The problem is, a lot of the use cases for me listening to music are either when I'm washing dishes or when I'm walking out somewhere, like traveling, right? And if I'm doing that, I'm listening on my phone, and if I'm on my phone, there's ads, which suck ass. I know that now that I'm on Android, I could get, like, I think there's, like, I think I can get ad blockers on my phone, right? Like, so I can stop the ads on YouTube. But even still, I don't want to be using my Wi-Fi unnecessarily, so... And I could have also done this on my iPhone, but it would have been, like, really inconvenient. So what I want to do is I want to download literally every song that I listen to, because there's not actually that many. Like, compared... Like, most people probably have thousands of songs. From my experience talking to other people, most people have, like, thousands of songs they listen to. You know, not super regularly all the time, but if you asked them, name every song that you like, and you gave them infinite time and they wouldn't get tired, they would name thousands of songs. I could do probably, like, less than 300. So I want to... And that's not counting video game OSTs. I don't think I'd put any video game OSTs on my phone. I don't usually listen to those. But yeah, like, if we're just talking, like, you know, music that's not from a piece of media that's, like, made just... Unless you count anime openings. I don't know. Yeah, it's from music. If you count those, I don't have that many. I have an anime playlist of, like, 50 songs from anime and, like, Vocaloid and, like, Denpa music and stuff like that. I have, like, 2 Muse albums I like. There's Area 11's discography. Wait, did I catch it? Hang on a minute. I wasn't paying attention. Did I catch... I'm just rambling here. Did I kill it or did I catch it?
Check the Pokédex.
Well, no. I'm gonna check my boxes. Hang on.
Just check. Oh, okay.
No, I must have killed it. Okay. You have 412 songs on your phone. Good. Yeah. So I need to make a list of everything I listen to, and then I need to download all of it and put on my phone. And thankfully, putting on my phone is really easy. If you want to do it on iPhone, the only decent way I was able to find is to download the Google Play app and then download them to your computer and then like create. Like put it in like your Google Play library on your computer, and then on your phone download it. And then I think I found out that my old phone like didn't have enough memory to actually download that many of them, and I was always running out. So this one has plenty of memory. So yeah. Hopefully it didn't like auto save. Okay. Goodbye.
You might not realize it, but that screech was necessary.
Okay. But yeah. I will say for, like, video game OSTs, the only time I really listen to them is sometimes I'll get in the mood for just, like, one particular video game song. I'll listen to it. You know, they can get me pumped sometimes. I like to sing along to music. Yeah, you know, like, I'll enjoy my time. I'm not the kind of person that can listen to music, like, idly in the background while doing something else. Unless it's washing dishes or traveling. Because those are so mindless that I kind of need like background noise for those. If I'm like,
I mean, don't you like putting on background music when we were working on like BA3 stuff?
Only if it's something simple that we're doing. Like if we're engineering something, or if we're like, you know, building something a little more complicated, then you know, I don't want any music. But if we're just like making pretty looking screens, I can have music for that. That's fine. That's not the kind of thing that I need to really engage my brain to be like, okay, can I put this here, put this here. It's, you know, that's more of like a just creative flow kind of thing. But yeah, so yeah, I prefer to listen to music like as an activity. Like I'm going to listen to music. I sit down, I put it on, I experience it. I often sing along. I get the lyrics up. I've gotten pretty good at you know, singing these songs at least accurately, if not like well. You know, I'm hoping I can hypnotize over the only music you have loaded into your phone right now is Toho OST. Yeah, the thing is, like, I want to be able to listen to stuff on my phone without using my data. So basically, I have to download it, and then just play it on like VLC or something. You can almost never stand lyrics. I used to not like lyric music, and then I like some of it, but the vast majority is in Japanese, because, yeah. Do you feel the need to move to music? I can get that. But it failed. Okay, so you just straight up can't use hypnosis if something is burned. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I asked you and you didn't say anything.
I didn't hear you ask your question. I thought we were still talking about music, so I was just kind of in a different country. What did you think it was going to do?
I thought it was going to get rid of the burn and put it to sleep.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't.
Can you do that to paralysis?
No status can override any other status. That's how it's always been.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually a strategy, is like, you know, like that's part of the reason why
Burn all
like Kamala is always asleep, so it can never get a status affliction.
Well, no, like, that's not true. That's just the law. It's not actually got the sleep condition, does it?
It prevents it from getting any status though.
Yeah, I know.
But it's, yeah, like, my, like, Gen 1 guide even said, like, you know, being poisoned or paralyzed might suck, but it's better than being asleep, so, like, there's actually an advantage to getting, like, lesser statuses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Pieces.
The only time I really listen to, like, I'll sit and listen to, like, a lot of video game OST is, sometimes I'll put on the Big Pit's Adventure 3 OST, like, because I have all of the MIDIs downloaded in my folder, named, like, with the numbering in order. So it's like, 01, your name please. 02, Super Metroid intro. Etc. You know, 03, Sonic & Knuckles intro. 04, Happy Happy is Blue, I think. Yeah, etc. So I have that. I also have, like, a YouTube version with, like, the original versions of the songs, except those, because it's video game OST, the videos constantly get taken down and I have to, like, update it, so it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I have to treat it like an activity, basically, most of the time. There's certain things where I can do otherwise. Anyway, way back up, somebody mentioned that, let me actually read the comment, just to be sure. Oh god, this is a while back. You kind of want to rewatch Over the Garden Wall, but you hate musical breaks in just about anything, and doesn't just about every episode have at least one song. Most episodes have at least one song. I think episode 5 doesn't have any. I want to say episode 2 doesn't have any. There might be another. I kind of get that. I used to, like, cringe. Why does it burn again? Fuck me. I used to cringe a lot at, like, musical numbers and stuff. I still often do. It depends on if it's well done or not. Basically, like, there are it's not even that. I don't know. I've seen stuff where people are like, oh yeah, the music in this is good, but I'll still cringe at it. It just depends. I like the music in Over the Garden Wall, so I don't cringe at it. But it does have a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I guess just different people handle it differently.
I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling.
Gotta make you understand. We've known each other for so long, wouldn't get this from any other guy. I think I messed up and accidentally did the Run Run Roo part with the Scott that was, like, sort of like way it sounds, but whatever. Aria Math. Is that a real Minecraft song? I don't know any of the newer Minecraft songs except, like, Pig Step.
Pig Step isn't real.
I think I really know that one because of the Insane in the Rain music cover.
Get this from any other
Shempba.
Opinion on to get this from any other
2 out of 10. Aria Math isn't new, really? I know about the stuff from, like, the Alpha and Beta albums. So, like, you know, Wet Hands, Mice on Venus, I think it's called, Sweden. Like, I know about those. Subwoofer Lullaby.
What the fuck?
Well, those are songs from Minecraft.
Well, I mean, I never heard of Subwoofer Lullaby.
I think that's the one that goes like...
I see.
It's like...
Which is the, playing with the baby on a Sunday afternoon music.
I don't think it is. I think that's a different song that... It's not the one that's like... Dun, 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 dun,
Well, I was asking which one is that.
I think it's the one that goes like that, right?
Yeah,
That goes-
because playing with the baby on a Sunday afternoon is ding, 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 ding,
Yeah, that's the one I thought was.
ding, 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 ding. I think that one might be Wet Hands.
No, it's not. Wet Hand is do 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 do.
Is that the one with
Yeah, you added like a couple extra notes in there. That's mostly correct.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's the "You Should Get Me Ice Cream" song. Also known as the "Nice and Helpful Things" song. That one's like actually sad.
I have never been jump scared by like the cave noises in Minecraft, but I have been scared by randomly hearing music because I used to always turn the music off even though I liked it just because I preferred silence or like listening to my own music while playing Minecraft. And then I used to have this issue where the music would just turn itself back on and it would always scare the shit out of me. I'm like, where the fuck is that playing from?
There's also the cave music, which is bloom, 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 bloom.
Oh, is that the cave music? I don't associate that with the caves at all.
Bling, bling, bling. Yeah, I call that the caving music.
Oh, okay. I know that there are some songs that are set to play in specific situations, like there's a Nether song now, there's an End song, I think. But I always thought that most of it in the overworld was just like completely random.
I think it is. I associate that one with caving because I think that was where I first heard it. It was like the first time I really did caving, but
I see.
I don't remember.
This conversation with Mr. Krabs yelling at the radio? Yeah. There's probably Mr. Krabs yelling at the radio guy versions of all these songs that we've just done as YTPMVs. If I had to guess. Concrete Walls is always your favorite Minecraft music. It's semi-newer, but you think it's too calm for the Nether. All the original music doesn't play in any particular place. That's what I thought, okay. Also, hi PW, I don't believe I've seen you around before.
I'm trying to think. There's also the Good Morning music, which is just a. Oh,
I know that one.
Is that one Sweden? I never remember which one that is.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't actually know the names of most of the songs.
Yeah, that one's the good. So there's the Good Morning music. There's the caving music. There's the Nice and Helpful Things music. There's the Playing with the Baby on a Sunday afternoon music.
We have to make note of this when we do Minecraft.
Yes.
You talked about your plans with that, right?
Yeah, I still don't know when I want to do it because it's like a big, scary undertaking.
Ugh, I did not expect this to take this long, Jesus. I really should be in bed by now. Play the OST with those names. God.
So, remember how I finally got the one that I wanted that had the right gender and ability and everything?
Mm-hmm.
I had to finish hatching the rest of the eggs from that batch, and I got another one, and so then I had to fucking run them through the IV checker to see which one would be better, and not that you can really tell from level 1 other than the characteristic. It's slightly annoying.
You could level them up a couple times.
No. Cigars are evil, you won't miss them.
We'll find ways to simulate that smell. Look at that sorry fella rolled up in smoke like a... I don't know what he says here. I thought it was Panatella, and then I've heard lyrics that say other things.
Yeah, I don't know. It's some shit.
Here on level 1 of Robot Hell. What's the next thing?
It's gambling's wrong, and so is cheating, so is forging phony IOUs. Let's let Lady Luck decide what type of torture's justified. I'm Pit Boss here on level 2.
Ooh, deep fried robot.
I don't like it when songs just include talking.
Dialogue. That's a very musical thing to do. Just tell me why.
We're not doing that part.
Why not?
Because it's bad.
Why?
I do like Fry saying my ass has blisters from the slide.
I mean, yeah. Well, why don't you like the part with the back and forth?
Because it's just talking.
But it's musical and it's rhyming, at least. It's not just dialogue.
It's also switching voices, though. It's hard to... You can't really sing a song when it's like two characters talking to each other, unless
Sure
you try to do voices, and it's like... Enduring tortures, most of which rhyme.
When I was 4, there was a hurricane in Kingston town with 1.5 feet of water. Everyone was alright, but I still cried all night. It blew my alphabet blocks out of order. And they said this boy's born to be a bureaucrat, born to be all obsessive and snotty. I made my friends and relations file long applications to get into my 10th birthday party.
Oh, this is lame.
You doing
There was a message on Facebook that was just like, there's a counterfeit impending, can someone deal with it? And I was going to, but I didn't want to like type a bunch of shit while we were in the stream, and it ended up just getting declined. I thought that we were gonna like allow it and point out like what made it fade.
I get the end of that song stuck in my head way too much. Just the
There's not a problem shouldn't be, Sergeant.
They poo-pooed my electric Frankfurter. They said I probably shouldn't fly with just one eye. I am Bender, please insert girder.
I don't like how two of those lines start with, they said I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, who is this thing?
A couple of days ago,
Wait, who is
or
that?
actually maybe even last night, I don't remember, somebody posted in some the thread was just like, does anybody actually have like any beanies that are worth more than $10 here? And it's like, yeah, they get posted and then they usually get like bought really quickly. And there was just some other person that came in and they're like, what is the rarest Gen 3? It's like, that has nothing to do with this, but whatever. And I answered the question. I'm like, Royal Blue Peanut, Nana, and Fine Main Derby. And then they're like, how much do those go for? I have several of each. And I'm just like, fucking no you don't. Like, what are you talking... like, you don't fucking have any of these. And so I responded with like, I'm just like, that's very unlikely. Are you sure you have these? And I gave links to the exact articles on them. And I'm like, these are all very rare, worth like over $1,000. You, like, make sure you know what you're talking about. And they haven't responded, so. Yeah, like, what the fuck did you think you had? Like.
Oh, I thought you said like, you know, a peanut, like a like a salted peanut. This one I left down. It's got like this blue mold on it.
The rarest Gen 3 is Chime Echo.
The rarest Gen 3 is Chime Cho.
Yeah, that one's... I like Chime Cho. I used to call it that for a long time.
It's almost as good as Omnamite.
Rarest Gen 3, not counting mythicals, is probably Feebass, but...
Well, that depends. Are you counting later games where you can find it?
I don't know. Yeah, overall, like, I don't know, because there's probably some shit that, like, hasn't appeared in, like, any game since its debut. I know Breloom hasn't been in any regional dexes until Gen 9.
Yeah. It's up to us to rescue him.
Oh.
Don't know what that voice was. I'm just like, oh no, I can't use these notes. I probably could, but I would have to, like, you know. What? Oh, fuck.
Nobody involved knows of that.
Bowser in his sleep.
Gen 9 is looking like the best JRPG ever made.
I feel so sorry for Pokemon fans. Oh, CP. Can I, like, stream while I'm going to bed? Can I, like, try to, you know, lay in bed getting rest and also just, you know, just go up and try to catch Dialga? You can miss Tropius and Chimecho early because the dex was good. I totally almost pulled it Chimecho again as well.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I like ridiculous.
I didn't actually say that, for the record. I said ridiculous, but...
Yeah. Well, you didn't say ret, you said reet, but yeah.
No, because I don't pronounce it like that.
Oh.
It was like root, it was like a schwa. Falsely, let's switch control a bit. Yeah. Dude, imagine if I could stream while I was sleeping. Just like, you know, sleep stream. Like, that'd be good. Like, continue my commentary and playing the game, but I'm also sleeping. That would be epic. Beneath the mash. The hell's beneath the mash? I don't know what else to talk about. Oh yeah, I guess since I was mentioning my phone earlier. This shouldn't be that bad. I've done this in the original game. How do I pronounce that word? Omega. Why? Oh, because I'm British? Yeah, most Brits say Omega. Which I find fucking... Yeah, for some reason, in British English, the Greek letters are pronounced, like, anytime there's an E, it's pronounced like an E sound. So people say beta... Okay, they don't say it for delta, but they say it for, like, beta, zeta, omega. Like I just said, it sounds completely stupid, so I just use the American pronunciations. Not even, like, out of being like, oh, you know, these ones sound stupid, let me use these instead. I've always pronounced it this way, and then I heard Brits saying it the other way, and I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible. Daglia. Yeah. Okay. It's asleep. It's on red health, come on. Does, what's her face? Does Dragon Free have a catch rate calculator for Gen 8 yet? For this game specifically?
Oh, shit. Okay,
What?
hold on. This... Okay, you're fine. I just had a moment. Because I'm like, you've been trying this for a while now, and I'm like, oh fuck, are you getting screwed over by the, like... You know, your level is lower than the opponent's mechanic, because I was when I was at this point, but...
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Omega? Omega. Interesting. I feel like I've heard that somewhere, but I don't know from who. Or from what. Endless despair. Endless feel the moon. Which Josh and company are apparently convinced contain no lyrics other than feel the pain.
No, that's just me.
Oh, okay.
And I've been corrected. Like, you know, I don't actually think that's it, but that's the only part I can ever make out. And when people tell me what the other parts are, I don't remember them.
And then there's like a rap part as well. So what you hear now is deep down here.
Oh, I hate it.
Rap can be fine. Shut up. There's not a lot of rap I like, but there is a small amount. It's not straight up hip hop, is it? I thought it was deep down hip hop. That's what the lyrics said when I looked it up. I don't know what that means. But...
Do you know what the favorite type of music thing is from?
No.
Okay, because let me explain for the people watching. A
For the gentle
common
viewers.
nonsense statement that I make is just what is your favorite type of music? And it's I always like super overemphasize the like at the end. That is Gibby with like a voice changer in iCarly, like because there was an episode where they like tried to hook him up with this girl that he liked, and by like putting him on a dating show on their like on iCarly, and like they made all the questions super easy, and so it was the girl he actually wanted to date, and then Carly and Sam, and he asks this question to Carly, and she's just like, well, what's your least favorite? And he goes, probably rap. And he's like, oh, well, that's my favorite. Rap is tight, yo. Music.
Yeah, the only rap I actually listen to in any amount of like, yeah, just I listen to at all, aside from like random, like, back in the day when I was a kid, I learned White and Nerdy and I was like that. That's just because I liked a lot of Weird Al stuff though. In terms of like, unironically listening to rap, the only stuff I've really listened to is Myth City, which were like a rap rock band that once opened for Area 11, so then I checked out their stuff and I quite liked it. I think they split up like years ago though. So there's not a lot of material from them. And the only other one is Demon Dice, which I only got into her stuff like 2 years ago. I got into it quite a bit though. I like her stuff a lot. I like rapping it.
There's I've never heard of this show before, but there is a show called Never Have I Ever, where it's like a high school drama or something, and there's two characters in it that are dating that are, canonically teenagers, but the actors, one of them is 11 years older than the other, and people are acting like this is creepy and they need to, like, not allow that. It's like, what the fuck?
It's a TV show. I mean, I'm poking a hornet's nest here, but, like, okay, are there sex scenes in the show?
I don't think so. I didn't read that far.
Okay, well, end of conversation. Who fucking cares? And then, even then, like, then the second question would be, like, okay, fucking, how old are they exactly? Like, are they both adults? Who cares? Like... I forgot. Oh, it's low health and it's burned, right?
Snake.
Brock through walls, Hampton. So here's the thing, right? Is I actually don't really like the Calliope stuff, the Mori stuff, what I'm gonna call it. Like, some of it's okay. I haven't listened to a huge amount of it. I listened to like the initial EP, and it wasn't really my thing. And that was. It was weird, actually. I'm trying.
I have known a Brock. Yes, it is a real name.
It is, yeah. So the way this actually happened was, and I'm just gonna be like talking about this. It's like Lexian's gonna be mad if he hears this, because, but, whatever. I don't fucking care. It's an open secret. Everyone fucking knows. So like when the like Hollow EN VTubers dropped. I mean, I don't know what to fucking say about that. I heard about them. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. English VTubers. I had a look, and I saw that one of them was like a rapper, and I'm like, interesting. I listened to the songs. I'm like, these are alright. They're not really for me. And then, I started seeing all the comments that were like, huh, she sounds really familiar, huh? Wink, wink. And I'm like, huh? Oh, okay. I guess this is a person people know. I looked into it. I found out about Demon Dice, and I listened to the Demon Dice stuff, and I really liked that. So I think there's a pretty significant difference between the stuff she makes as Demon Dice and the stuff she makes as Mori. And recently, like, I was talking to my friend Melody, who sent me some clip from a Mori song, and she's like, oh my god, Mori is so fucking bad. Like, listen to this clip. She's like, her raps are terrible. And I listened to it, I'm like, honestly, yeah, this isn't great. And I was like, I felt like a sort of defensive need to like defend myself and my taste. I'm like, well, no, I don't like Mori. I like Demon Dice, even if they're the same person. Like they have a different, like she makes different stuff with them. So I like Demon Dice stuff. Even then, I'm not gonna say I like all the songs. I don't even listen to all their songs, but you know, the ones there's like a selection of like 14 or so that I, you know, listen to pretty regularly and I like a lot. Even then, you know, no accounting for taste. Not everything's gonna be for everyone. Even if you do like rap, you might not like her rap. So. My like musical experience and like the stuff I've listened to is really limited in general. No one fucking said she makes dice. It was Demon Dice. It's literally right there in the chat.
I like She Makes Dice better, though.
Oh my god. How the fuck do you mishear that?
What about He-Man Dice?
I mean, I often struggle to make out what people are saying.
Dies.
I often struggle to hear what people are saying, but like, come on, man. Fuck's sake, another one? I think I must have said this before, because it's an obvious point to make. Why is it that YouTube is so fucking overzealous at, like, censoring and deleting, like, innocent comments that happen to use the word fuck or breast or dick or something? But, you know, a bot can come in and be like, free adult dating site, come see naked chicks here, you know, fucking tongue sticking out emoji, spam that 5 times in chat, and I have to manually delete that. What the fuck? Come on. I could not post, in my own chat, I could not post a message that used the word breast. It literally stopped me in my own chat, and this motherfucker come in here and spam the shit out of the chat with stupid fucking virus links. And it's like, yeah. You're hesitant to say there are any musicians or bands you actively listen to. I'm a weird one with that. Like I said, in terms of specific acts I would say in English, I only listen to specific acts. Like, I listen to Area 11, I listen to some
Did that want to go through? Because it looks like it did to me.
It did. I mean... Did that go through?
Yes.
Then what the fuck? I don't know. Maybe they fixed it. But I just know it. Can I pin it in theory? Okay, there we go. Pinned by Autumn Haunted. Breast. Also, I should probably put a limit on this and just catch it off screen at some point if this doesn't work out. I don't know when exactly. I guess I'll say like another 10-15 minutes to give myself.
Just stab.
I want to give myself some time to go to bed. Shut the fuck up! I want to give myself some time to go to bed by like 1-ish.
Just stab.
Beat.
Duel.
What? Let you have emotes for gummy ones? Oh yeah, what was I saying? English artists I listen to by the artist, and then Japanese stuff I'll just grab whatever the fuck I happen upon and I think sounds good. So yeah, like in English I pretty much just listen to Area 11, Demon Dice, and like the first 2 Muse albums, but not their new stuff. And then there's, in foreign languages, well, in Hungarian I listen to like a small like playlist of Edda Művek stuff, which is like a Hungarian rock band that my family likes, that I basically grew up listening to. And then in Japanese I listen to just like random bullshit, a lot of Vocaloid, a lot of anime OPs, some Denpa music as I mentioned. Like I like the work of that YouTube channel that doesn't have a name. There's multiple of these, but the one that had the original song about like Kisaragi Station, that like became like a bit of a sort of running, like I don't know if I'd call it a meme, but it was like a sort of inside joke among people who had found the video, because the channel has no name, the video has no name. But I think the author is also known as like X0O0X or something. I don't know what Smoke Green of Time is. But yeah. So I listened to some of their stuff and like similar things. They also have a cool cover of Iwashi ga Tsuchikara Haite Kurunda that I like. That introduced me to that song. And also to Yatsume Ana by extension, because they just randomly insert like a part of Yatsume Ana.
You did not make the scorpion noise earlier, I am sad.
I thought it was because you posted it in response to me making the scorpion noise at something else, even though I didn't remember doing it. I was like, oh, I guess I must have, I just forgot about it.
Well, no, it was unwarranted. It was just this like porn bot spam had a bunch of emojis, and so I'm like, this is my opportunity for glory. I was gonna, make a parody one. I'm like, that's too much effort. I'm just gonna make you make the scorpion noise.
It's too late, so I'll just do it now. Ah.
That wasn't high energy enough.
Ah. I don't think it was that high energy the first time. Why didn't I anticipate this and buy more Promovables?
Why didn't you?
I don't know if it would even help that much, to be honest, but...
Hey, did you know that Ultra Balls have a higher catch rate than Premier Balls? You could try using those.
God, I feel like you're making fun of someone specific, but you probably aren't.
It's not anybody specific, it's just... that's the type of shit that I would get, like... I would get that, pretty much, like, why do you use plain Pokeballs? There's way better ones. And then it's like, if I'm having trouble with doing a section in, like, Sunshine or Galaxy, specifically because of, like, losing too much health, or, like, you need the coins to get air underwater. It's like, did you know that you could collect coins and they would heal you? It's, oh my god. Like...
That just reminds me of when you were streaming Ultra Sun, and the person in chat was like, wow, what you need to buy more items.
No, I think they were just like, you should level grind.
Oh yeah, that was it, you should level grind.
This would be easier if you were a higher level. Why don't you level up more? Man, you suck at this game.
You suck at this game because you refuse to do the very easy but monotonous task that would make the game less challenging. Yeah, okay.
Boy and robot are refusing to level grind.
Yes. That was bad.
It was kind of bad.
That was a new level of bad.
Was it a low point?
No. It was just a new way of being bad. Come on. Yes! Okay.
You should have used O powers.
Oh, Christ. Alright, saving as soon as possible. I don't care if it has a shitty nature or anything. I just wanted to catch it in a Premier.
You should try to get a shiny one!
See, I wouldn't consider that bad, because that still took me, like, less than an hour. If this took me, like, multiple hours, then that would be a grind. But I've caught the fucking... In Platinum, I caught every legendary. I don't think I missed any, other than the ones, like, I can't get until doing other stuff. Like... I haven't done any of the events, I haven't done any of the... Yeah, I haven't done anything related to an event, but I caught everything in, like, the base game, in a Premier Ball, including all 5 roamers.
Yes. Oh, you just use Master Ball. I'm Master Ball the roamers.
No, I'm saving that for something rare, like a Fearow or a Tentacruel.
I might have a little bit of disdain for, Gen 4 era Pokemon fandom. Just... Oh, the only way to catch the roamers is to use the Master Ball or use a Crobat specifically.
God. Alright, anyway, I guess that's a good place to end, just because I achieved what I set out to do.
Oh, just Crobat. Oh, just Crobat.
Just Crobat.
Oh, just Crobat.
Just Crobat.
just me and Crobat. Oh.
Oh, you're just brave. Oh, you're just brave. We still need to remember what the fuck the context was when I said that, because I do not remember.
I don't think there was any. I think we
no,
were
there
just...
was. Well, at the very least, there was
bullshitting.
something I said before that. I'm like, you did this because you're just brave. Oh, you're just brave. Or something.
Oh, you're just brave. Oh, just brave.
It was when I was playing Galaxy, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty inexplicable.
But yeah, next time Sunny Shore, and maybe Victory Road. I probably will not go further than that, because it will probably be on... I almost said a school night. Man, I'm fucking 23. I had to check that. I'm 23 and a half. I'm not in fucking school.
People who insist that they never forget their age are lying.
Well, no, they're just young. Oh, they're just young. Because I was like that. Well, like, when I was, like, before the age of 21, I did not used to, or, like, before the age of 22-ish, I did not forget my age. I always knew how old I was. As soon as I hit 22, I kept thinking I was 21, and then I finally got used to being 22 shortly before turning 23, like, maybe 2 months. And I've been 23 for almost half a year, and I still...
I thought you were going to say you've been 23 for, like, 5 years.
Yeah. Once you hit
that.
21, there's not much to look forward to. The weird thing is, I wasn't even looking forward to 21, though, either. Because, well, for one thing, 21 is not a special age here, despite what my mother said. Like... it's funny, when I got to 21, my mother was like, "Oh, we
man,
should."
Now I can legally drink if I go to America.
Yeah, basically, because drinking age here is 16. I'm trying to remember. It's 16 in your own home with your parents' permission, and then 18 anywhere else. Or actually, no, it's 5 in your own home with your parents' permission. What the fuck is 16?
5.
Okay, 16 is you can drink anywhere, but you can't purchase alcohol, like, from a place, I think.
The fuck?
It's like, if you go to, like, a bar, you can... Well, no, because if you're, like, 12,
Anyway,
you can go... If you're, like... No, because it's fucking weird, because if you're, like, 12, you can go to a bar and order food and have beer with the food. If you're, like, 12. It's stupid.
That is very odd.
You forgot it was your birthday for the first half of the day when that happened? Yeah, anyway, so, like, 21 doesn't mean anything here, but when I hit 21, my mom was like, "Oh, it's such an important age. This is, like, the last important age before 30, so you need to have, like, we need to, like, do something special."
The fuck happens when you're 30?
Well, it's just a milestone. It's just, you know, another decade. She's just like, it's the last important one before 30, and that's maybe 25. I'm like... So, we did... I can't even remember what we did, honestly.
Does
so
being able to run for president count as a milestone age?
35, I guess so. That actually reminds me, though. I did do something special for my 21st. I went to the like Harry Potter Studios thing in London. So yeah, fair enough. I did do something special. I almost forgot about it.
Anyway, we're undoing.
Yeah. Goodbye.